Okay. Thank goodness I double checked. I know this is gonna sound really weird to start this off, but I thought I hit stream and then I like looked over before I started doing everything and I was like, oh, I actually didn't hit it. So thankfully, uh I didn't mess that up. That would have been awful now, wouldn't it? Okay. Hello everybody. I hope everyone is having a good day, and if you're not having a good day, I hope it does get better. Let me adjust this real quick, just a tad bit. Yep, there we go. And if you're not having a good day, I hope your day does get better. Quick little thing. In case you hear anything like hitting something to my side, like if it echoes through a thing, it's storming. Um, it's not like a bad storm where I think I'm gonna lose power, you know, knock on wood. But it is like really not really windy. It's windy enough where the rain is like hitting my window. So in case you do hear something like sounds like some tapping, like stuff like that, it's coming from that more than likely. It's been like that whole day. It's gonna be like that for the rest of the day. But we're here enjoying Legend of Heroes, which has been a blast. You know, hopefully I don't lose my power. I want to continue to play. I think before we turned. Wait, didn't I? Oh no, that's right, that's right. What's it called? Before I was thinking of something completely different. I was thinking of yesterday's stuff and how we started off. Today we're doing something completely different. Um, let's do the run into the medical thing inside the Boast Market, and then we will head up to Nebel. I think it was. Which one of y'all is the medicine department? Uh, and though I can't cook anything like intros, I still whip up a decent meal. Mare has been busy recently, so I need to get her to take some nourishment. Okay. Is it you? It is you. Can I help you find something? My medicine works wonders. We came here after seeing something posted on the bulletin board at the Bracer Guild. Could you by chance be Spence? Oh, you're Bracers, are you? I've been waiting for you to come. Guess we can dispense with the formalities then. I understand you're trying to find places where the bear claw grows, right? Correct? Yes, the bear claw is a medicine herb that's difficult to find in these parts. Up until now, I have been having them shipped from Roland. Just recently, I was asked by Father Halston to prepare a new medicine. So it seems like I'm going to be using more of these than before. That's why I decided to find my own sources. The bear claw, huh? If I remember right, it grows in the forests of Mistward and Roland. Bear claw is said to grow well in human locations. I'm pretty sure it probably grows in a place like that in Bose. Man, I guess all we can do is hit the road and start conducting a thorough search. Such investigations are an important part of Bracer's work. Just think of it as a good opportunity to learn. I guess there's no other option, huh? Alright, if we come across any bear claw flowers, we'll come and let you know. Okay, I'm counting on you kids, and be careful out there. I have a feeling... Excuse me. I have a feeling it's near the mines. Well, what's considered the Bose region? Is it considered everything? I'm assuming that's an R. Like, what's considered the Ruan region? Is it anything past that mountain range? Because if that's the case, I feel like we got to go back to the mine. But let's head up this place first in the Nebel Valley. Yeah, it's near Nebel Valley, right? Okay. Wanted to make sure before we started hightailing it out of here and like making really dumb decisions. I think we have to go pretty far back. I think. We know how I think. It sometimes is awful. Let's see. I think it's like one more stop, and then we're at the Nebo Crossroads. I think. No, a lot of thinking so far, guys. Oh my god. What are we ever going to do? I think this is it. Yes, Nebo Valley. Okay. Let's head out this way. Maybe new enemies so we can get better XP. Ooh, this is interesting. No map either. Okay. Hello there. Why did it just do that? I wonder.
Let's move out.
Okay, we got decent XP from that. Does it? Interesting. It's like two different areas? Curious. I wonder why. Lighter. Why would a bird drop a lighter? Hello there. Well, they're kind of like reskins from like earlier monsters we faced.
We're good to go.
Which isn't a bad thing. I know sometimes people don't like that stuff, but for me it doesn't really bother me. These are always, there's always some fun topic of discussion when it comes to this stuff. I forgot. What does Flicker do? Plus his defense, dull senses. Interesting. That seems pretty useful. But again, I think like I may have not mistaken, but I think I've like, did he just? I mean, yes, he did. I saw it. Huh. Interesting. 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 This should not kill it, but...
Not now.
Gosh dang it. Revive them. Okay. Guys, please. There we go. Interesting that they have ice attacks out here. I don't know, usually I feel like ice moves and stuff like that, you don't see that stuff till like late game most of the time. Which is like really funny. I feel like you never face like enemies of ice, like with ice abilities, till like near the end of the games for some reason or another. I never understood that. Like ice regions and stuff usually is like, oh, he can do art though. Where are you? Where'd you two? What are you? That was a mistake by them to even let him have an ability. But it's always interesting that the like ice areas is usually like end game, no matter where. Even like Pokemon games, it's usually like late game when you face an ice region and stuff like that. It's always funny. You get your like ice Pokemon at the end. You get like everything at the end, basically. It's always interesting to see that how that plays out. Look at you. Okay, that was a crit, so that's perfect actually. If I do this, okay, you work. That works out actually perfect. Oh wow, that's kind of stupid on that AI part. We're actually gonna be able to grind levels here. I was gonna say, is this the enemy? This does not look good at all. Good in the sense of... Never mind. I thought it would be stronger defensively. Oh, is this the bear claw? We did. Now all we have to do is tell that old man in Bo's Market about this place. Estelle, because it's you, I have to ask. Do you know the name of this place? Oh, come on, Sarah. What do you think I am, an idiot? This is Niebuhr Valley, right? The name's definitely got a nice sound to it. Estelle, it's the Nebo Valley. I thought I was tripping. I'm glad they fixed it. I'm glad I asked. Give me a break. I'm a growing girl, if you haven't noticed. Not sure what kind of excuse that's supposed to be. Alright, already. It's back to work for us. Come on, let's get out of here. Unbelievable. Be nice. Be nice. We have to still fight or hunt, per se, the creature that is, like, living here. Or, not living, but... Is that... I don't know. Definitely not hunting, I'll say that. Oh, but I was gonna say, today I went to like the used bookstore
Let's move out.
because even though it's raining, I was like, man, I want to get out for a bit. Went to a used bookstore and I actually got some really good comics. Like, nothing expensive or like crazy, just like good comics for like really cheap. Got like an epic collection of Wolverine stuff. Got Ultimate X-Men and a DC Compact for like all for like 15 bucks.
We're good to go.
I know if you don't know anything about comics, you're like, what does that mean? Basically, it's like Ultimate X-Men Volume 1. How much is it in total? I think it's like, so like original MSRP price altogether would be like 70 bucks. Right? Yeah. 70 bucks and I got it for 15. And usually I like to always make sure my stuff is like, whenever I go to use stuff, I mean, obviously everyone should check out and make sure that there's nothing wrong with the stuff. But when I checked mine, like the only thing that was like different was it looked like someone ran a Sharpie across an edge, which near the bottom part, not the edge, which that's not a huge problem. If you ask me, for me, that's not like a huge problem. It's like, for me personally, I know people are allowed to collect books and stuff, whatever they want to. For me, if it's like something wrong with like the bottom like spread of a book or stuff like that, if it's secondhand, right? Besides making sure there's no like bugs and like weird stuff in it, right? Like, I think I saw a video where someone didn't check their thing and didn't realize that someone had annotated like almost like the whole book. Ooh, what's this? So that's kind of funny. But for me, there was, as far as I could tell, there was nothing wrong with it, which I'm not mad about. Was this what I just picked up? I think it is. If I get rid of information, what's Soul Blur? Hold, I need to... Eagle Eye helps out a lot for right now, so I'm not like worried about keeping that. Information, being able to perceive enemy stats. How good is this, like, realistically? I don't know. I'll keep an like a thought out for it. Oh, that's not ominous at all. Okay, back the other way. I think there was a pathway, another bridge separation. I think. But anyways, I know people are like very picky about how they get books and stuff like that, and I understand that. Like even for me, I'm like, if the book's in bad condition, unless it's like book, I fucked that up. Actually, you know what? We should be able to fight this. How about you, Joshua? See what you can do to him. Fire's its best weakness. Let's see what we do. I don't think this is the enemy we're supposed to like hunt. Yeah, I don't think this is it.
We're good to go.
Yeah, that was not him. But if it's a new bookstore, of course you want to make sure everything's right. Because new books are expensive. They really are. So I understand that, but I know like some people, which I, one of those things where it's like, why go to a secondhand store if you're gonna be like really picky about things? Which I often question myself, how sometimes people talk about things. It's just like funny. It's like, why go to a secondhand store if you want something to be like perfect and stuff, right? To me, that just doesn't make sense. Like if you're that picky about it, you should go to a news store or not news store. Like like go to a store that's selling it brand new. If you're gonna be picky about things, but like I always have like funny stories with my secondhand stores because I kid you not, at least with mine, I have gone to my secondhand store, like I have gotten comics from this place. Not the one I went to today, but this other secondhand store that I go to, where the total cost of the two comics I got is like $140, and I got it for $20, and there was like nothing wrong with them. Like, I kid you not, there was nothing wrong. They look like they were just right out, like, off like the back of the truck. They really looked like that. And I go there sometimes where they've got new, like, these books that are severely messed up, and like it's not even discounted. It's so weird of how things work sometimes.
Let's move out.
Because I went there one time with my friend, and we found a book that had water damage done to it. And we were like, dog, this one's got to be like free or something, right? Look on the back, it's priced fully. Now, granted, is there a chance that maybe they missed it? Yeah, of course, people miss things all the time. But I was like thinking to myself, there's like, but it's not like the first time that's happened where I've come across a book at the store where I've come across a book that's like damaged, and it's for some reason they have it priced as like full MSRP price. And then I've come across books that are basically new, and they're priced as if they're secondhand. So I've never, I don't know. It's always weird when you come across like those type of inconsistencies, because it's just like, maybe there is something that I'm missing in those books, but when I go through it, when I initially check it and stuff like that, I don't notice a thing. I don't notice like any wear or tear. I don't notice like, yeah, maybe there's like a bent cover, right? Like the one book that I got for like that huge steal has like a on the cover the bottom tag, the bottom, whatever you want to call it, the bottom cover has like a small bent, like someone, you know, read it, of course, and it's just bent, like the corner's just bent a little bit. But I would never be like, that's the cause for something to drop damn near 70% of its value gone just because of that. I don't know, that just is weird. I don't know. It's weird. That's all I can really say. Besides, I know that's like very lazy way of saying something, but it is true. It's like, that is really weird that something like a small bent drops the value of a book. 90% of its value is gone right then and there. But a new book that had water damage, you're gonna have to pay full price, buddy. I hate to break it to you. Like, that just doesn't make sense. I don't get it. Again, like I said, it could be easily someone forgot to, like, maybe it somehow missed during like their checking process. Maybe like it slipped past someone when they did it. Which again, that's fair, right? Absolutely fair. It happens. It's just like, I feel like someone had to have said something. Oh, there is no way. Okay. Because my friend was gonna say something, but at the same time we were like, I don't know. Like, it's weird. You don't want to like. It's one of those things where you don't want to tell people how to do their jobs. Maybe they do know and stuff like that. So it's definitely like one of those instances where it's like, I don't want to overstep my boundaries, but maybe they don't know about it, so we just kind of left it there. Is this the monster they were talking about? What is this? Whoa, no. Okay. I am going to do this. Okay, here's that. Which one of you has the fire thing that you're allergic to? You. Okay. They're all preparing an attack. That's fine. Self-destruct. Oh no. Well, that's kind of ironic, isn't it? I'm not gonna pick you guys up just yet. Revival. Are they just focusing on different, like, people when they attack, I wonder? Nice. Okay, so we might... Vegetable sandwich. We learned the recipe perfect. That's actually really good. Okay. Because these things are going to self-destruct. That's the problem. Joshua, why do you have to be so fucking close? This is like... They're so close to this thing. Okay. Sarah, I want you to attack, and Joshua... Okay, you guys are gonna have to heal. Okay, that is actually perfect. Heal yourself. Who are you attacking? Okay. Okay. I want Joshua. Are they allergic to stone? Allergic is a hilarious way to put it. Perfect. Okay, wow.
Let's move out.
I think that was the enemy we needed. Is that the one we needed to do? I guess it was, yeah. Okay, perfect. We're heading back then. We're gonna go turn this in. Now, oh, there's another bear claw. Where do I go to get you? We're gonna go grab that first. Just in case, because if it's like linked to medicines and stuff like that, we might as well take it, right? You never know when we might need it. Oh. Am I going crazy? How did I get down here? Oh, I think I took the wrong way. Or maybe not? Ooh, what is this? Okay, it's a new weapon for you, Joshua. That's insane. A whole 30 levels? Or 30 in strength? Damn, buddy. I don't know. Ever since I gave Joshua his first upgrade, he's been missing his shots, dog. I don't know why. It's like, Joshua, come on, dog. Like, lock in, brother. Come on. I need you to help me. I need your help here. Alright. Let's head back to Bose. Bose. Excuse me. But if you guys ever have like stories from your secondhand bookstore, please let me know, because like it's so weird. It's so weird about how my secondhand used bookstore is at times. Like I said, I go in there sometimes, I get an amazing deal, and then there's times I walk in and I'm like, how's this a deal? I often wonder. Like, hey guys, let's be real here. Come on now. Ugh. And especially when it's like water damage. That's the story that always baffles me. It's just like, why is there, like, obviously, you know, they took it in and I guess they expected to get money from it, but at the same time, if they saw it was that bad, I don't know why they took it in. It makes no sense. Good afternoon, Mr. Spence. Oh, it's you bracers again, is it? Have you made any progress in your search? You bet we did. It looks like there's a habit for bear claw flowers in the Bose region as well. We found some growing in Nebel Valley. There weren't many of them, but there should be enough to use for your medicine. This is wonderful news. See, the bear claw has been said to grow in well humid places. Now that I think about it, the Nebel Valley is the perfect place for them to grow. I appreciate you helping me out like this. Now I can put my full effort into preparing this new medicine. Great! Good luck with your work and have a wonderful day. We'll be going then. Nice. Let's turn these in. Get our money. Then we can go talk to the mayor. Nice. Nice. Still 7 class though. Jeez. Is there any new missions? Nope, we reported everything. Okay. Let's go talk to the mayor now. We begin our humble abode. Oh, well, where is she? Miss Mayor? Missy? Where are you, sweetie? Are you up here? No. It would help, guys, if we were to... Oh. Dealing with complaints from the citizen. Late deliveries of goods to the Bose market because of the airspace being a no-fly zone. Selecting village gift for Her Majesty the Queen. Harm recruited by monsters on the new Ainsel path. When will this paperwork finally end? Oh, hello. Are you back already? You look pretty busy, so would it be better if we came back at a later time? No, you're fine. You found out something from Great General Morgan, right? I'd like to hear about it. But we didn't really find out anything. We can allude to things. Good work. I feel like I have a much clearer picture of the situation now. First, there was the hijacking by the Sky Bandits, and now a ransom demand? The situation is much more serious than I had originally anticipated. If the General hadn't found out we were bracers, I think we could have learned more, but no, it's alright. I'm just glad to know that it wasn't a crash. With this information, I should be able to take effective countermeasures with the city. Now I need to think of a way to inform the citizens of Bose and deal with the families of the passengers. I imagine that'll be quite a difficult task considering that you've already as busy as you are. Well, it's just the duty of a mayor. And since the identity of the criminals is now known, I ask that you continue your investigation of the incident. Of course, that was our plan to begin with. We already had a run-in with these Sky Bandits before, and I'll wager the honor of the guild that this is one of the groups we cannot simply leave up to the Royal Army. Yep, that's for sure. There's Dad to find, and then we need to deal with these Sky Bandits once and for all. What's with that look, Joshua? I was just thinking, and no matter which way I look at things, I just can't believe it. What can't you believe? The Dad would get beaten by a bunch of Sky Bandits. Basing my judgment on the ability of the group that appeared enrollment, I'm in agreement with you there. Bosses could have easily dealt with a group of that caliber. Come on, Joshua, you too, Sarah. You're giving him way more credit than he deserves. That is, to be fair, it is a good thing to point out. He does seem to be a fairly capable person to handle stuff like that. So getting taken over by, like, a pair of bandits doesn't seem like him. It's pretty good, I'll give you that. I think it would be a bit of a stretch to take on an entire group. Do you mind if I ask you to do something? Are you trying to tell me that your father was aboard that airline? Oh, I didn't mention that. I'm embarrassed to say it, but yeah, he was. Not to mention, he's a bracer too. His name is Costas Bright. Did you just say Costas Bright? Yeah, why? Do you know my dad or something? I've never met him in person, but I've heard a great deal about him. I'm sorry, I just don't know what to say. But we might be able to use this to get some information from the army. Excuse me, Mayor? I'm very sorry, and I can emphasize with what you must be going through. If there's anything I can do to help you clear up the incident, then I am all at your disposal. If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to ask. I wonder what's up with the mayor. As soon as we mentioned Dad's name, she got all surprised. You're right, but I guess I can imagine where she's coming from. The mayor and the general have known one another for a long time after all. Well, let's not worry about that right now. We've given the mayor a brief rundown of everything, so let's head to the guild. I'm sure Lurgan is waiting for a report from us. Right. And we turned in all of our reports, right? We did. Okay. At least for the Bose region. We get a drink of my handy dandy sparkling water. I swear I love water, but sometimes certain flavors of sparkling water just hit more. They really do. Okay, did I just talk to him then? I guess so, not report. Oh, it's you kids. So did you find out anything about the incident? You bet. Valuable information at that. She relayed the information. Sky Bandits at the Kapu family? You're right, that is valuable information. It looks like we'll be able to decide on a policy for Bracer Guild related to this. However, I'm surprised to hear that General Morgan is an even bigger Bracer hater than I had originally thought. Hey dog, sometimes you just gotta step your hate game up, you know? Sometimes you just gotta be a full-class hater. Yeah, I was really surprised myself. In Roland, the job of a bracer is pretty much respected by everyone. So to encounter someone that hates bracers that much, don't worry about it. General Morgan is an exception. Under normal circumstances, the Royal Army and the Guild maintain a pretty good cooperative relationship. However, it looks like this time you're going to have to deal with a lot more than you bargained for. Well then, I guess we'll have to try and make steady efforts while maintaining a low profile. It looks like these recent burglaries are also the work of the Sky Bandits, right? Yes, taking into account the incident in Roland. Excuse me. It's pretty clear who's behind these. To call these burglaries is one thing though, because most of the stuff that's been stolen hasn't been of any value. All that value. I would never thought they would go as far as to commit a heathen crime like hijacking New Lindell. Now that you mention it, that is rather odd. See, that's why I'm like, I was thinking, like, I don't think it's fully them. I feel like the Imperial Army has something to do with it. It wouldn't make sense. There's just a lot of, like, weird things happening. The burglary that happened in Roland was also rather mild in comparison. Yeah, to hijack an airliner and then turn around and demand a ransom from the royal family. The risks there are greater than any potential reward. In light of that, we should probably do a little more on the investigation side ourselves. Okay, so what do I do? I just need to take tasks? If maybe we just leave? Oh, I guess we just leave. I was so confused. Hello, Min. How are you? Hope all is well. And no worries. You need your sleep, buddy. You've been busy. No worries. You need your sleep, so don't even worry about it. I'll always be here in some shape or form, I think. Yes, I am very much enjoying Trails so far. It has been a blast. It's been very interesting with its plot development, I will say. So it's gotten me more intrigued now more than ever. But I've been enjoying it. It's been very fun. We've been meeting a lot of interesting people. And a lot of, like, interesting stuff's been happening. So I'm very curious to see how this all starts to plan out, or pan out, I guess is the best way to say it. Let's see. Now that we've reported to the guild and the mayor, we need to think about what to do next. Just searching around blindly for the airliner or the Sky Bandits probably won't amount to anything, right? If it had, then the army would have found them a long time ago. They're like so surprised. Huh? What's the matter with you two? Estella, you've matured. If it had been the same you as before, you probably would have said something like, let's just comb the entire region. I never thought I'd see the day when those words would come out of your mouth either. My heart's too full of emotions for words. Yes, I was going to look it up, but after we finish this trilogy, but if you have it, we could look at it whenever. If you sent it, just let me know and I'll look at it, or I'll wait till we complete the trilogy. That's the thing, like that's the thing. I gotta look up too to see how accurate it is, because like I said, every 6 months, whenever they put out a new game, because like I guess in Japan they have like a majority of them, and then they just started, they saw how popular it got over here, and then they just started translating a lot of them to bring out. So I guess there's been some confusion of like how to play. It's one of those things where we're just gonna have to like research. I'm gonna probably have to research it in my free time, because I don't know how accurate it is. And I think that's the problem, is that like you get conflicting answers no matter who you ask. And I feel like there's gotta be like somebody out there who like knows what they're doing. Because even like the YouTubers I've watched who've played Trails and stuff like that, who've done reviews, and it's just like it's they even said that it's very confusing for them to keep up with because some of the stuff isn't accurate, I guess. See, that's insane to me. I think I've heard about that where they said, like, let me pull this up real quick. Real quick. I just want to see what games they have. Because I have heard, like, there people are like, oh, you know, I don't know what game it is, and I'm not gonna like try to find out. I did see that there is a game listed that they have said isn't confirmed to be, you know, a canon game because of whatever it could be, right? Okay, why is it not Steam? Work with me here. Work with me here. But it's so funny, like how deep this lore of this game is. And you know what's funny? I guess from an outsider's perspective, whenever I was seeing this, I was like under the same assumption. I'm like, how does this game like branch off into other games? And then I started seeing all the regions and stuff like that, and the political aspects that this game also has entailed with it. And I'm like, I can definitely see how. I can definitely see how. See, another one drops. The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon drops like this and drops in 5 days. That's insane. There's another one that comes out in 5 days. What the hell? Like, and then there's like a lot of DLCs and mostly it's cosmetic stuff, which I don't. We're not gonna care about that. But I'm like thinking like when I look at this stuff, I'm like thinking to myself, I can't think of. Oops, that is the trailer playing. Sorry. Yeah, and then the next one, the new remastered, is coming out. Whoops, 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 whoops. Okay, let me exit that. That says that it's spoilers. Thank God it told me. Oh, you sent it to me, DMs? Okay, let's look. Do 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 do. See, this is a similar one that I saw. At least this one's like accurate because I saw that this basically the trilogy that we're playing was the first one. I think it was unanimously picked as like the original starting point. So I'm glad we're here with that. But there's so many like, and I do know Tales of Cold Steel. Usually there's nothing in between that. I do know that. Thankfully, it's just like, holy hell! I'm like looking at the thing you sent me. This is insane. I'll have to look it up because like I don't. I want to look it up later and see like how it plays out because if I don't even know if these. Let me see. Let me pull up something real quick. I want to see if the next game after this. 0. Anything, I would just wait for a sale, like easily, before we were to continue doing things like that. Okay, it's 40, and it's not that bad originally, but I'll probably wait for a steal. What is this bundle? Almost $1,000. What is this bundle that is listed for this thing? Oh, it's all the games and all the games and all the DLC. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that, buddy. You can I'll get the games when I want to get the games. Yeah, I'm not paying no $1,000 with all the DLC. I'll get the games on a sale. I'll wait. But it's very interesting how this like series will go. I'm very curious. Haha. We were complimenting you, Estelle. Seriously. Unfortunately, unlike Roland, the post region is certainly much vaster. I'm really hoping for a clue right about now. A clue, huh? Oh, right. Wasn't it Neil and Dorothy we saw in front of the mayor's place earlier? He seemed pretty starved for a story, but I wonder if he knows anything else. It's true he arrived in Bosa a little before we did. So I think it would be maybe well worth talking to him. I wonder where they went. Well, why did it do that? Okay, game. Why did you do that? It's gonna be interesting. I think maybe if, like, I've always heard like people love trails and stuff like that. So it's very cool to kind of get like two different perspectives. Oh, they have a factory here. I didn't think they did. Oh my goodness, I can open things. But it's definitely interesting because like I've always been curious about this game. And to finally start playing it, it's like I see what the hype is. People have like, it's just cool. It really is cool. It has like a lot of cool features. I love the RPG mechanics. There is definitely a lot of lore here because in case there is a, I'm not gonna say, okay, something happened in case you missed it or want to catch up. I don't know. I don't want to ruin anything for you. There was an event that happened and now we're trying to find, well, I guess you can tell it's the airliner because you joined when it happened. But there was something that was mentioned in the news report that I was reading, and I was like, how in the world did, like, how are these creatures here and stuff like that? Maybe, oh, okay, our father got captured what seems to be like sky bandits, but you know, the Empire's acting a little suspect to it, so it's kind of hard to say why. And apparently, you know, there was our father, who's like considered a very well high off bracer, but then we found out that also there was someone who was a very well off business person as well there on the plane that got captured. And then not only that, one of the articles that you can read in regards to the incident talks about how, oh, there's the rumor of a dragon that may have captured the ship itself. But now the bandits are like taking the blame. They want ransom for the people captured and stuff like that. They were going to get in an argument with the Empire because they believe the Empire took them. But now it's like this whole debacle of, well, if the Empire wanted I mean, if the bandits wanted this airship, right? Our father, who's a very well-known bracer and is very strong, he wouldn't lose to these guys this easily. So it's very interesting to see, like, there seems to be a lot of mythical creatures involved in this game. There also seems to be a lot of political stuff involved as well. So it's definitely going to be a curious little thing of how it plays out. Especially with the Empire. It seems like the Empire, for some reason, even though they're like heavily like sanctioned because of the war they caused and stuff like that, it seems like they want something. From the little like indications about from how other people have perceived the Empire or have talked about them, it just feels like there's a reason why the Empire wants something. What that something is, I don't know. So I'm curious to see what it could be. Okay, I don't know where the Dorothy and him went to. It's gonna be weird. That's like kind of like the gist of it. It's a little weird to say it out loud because again, there's like no concrete, you know, pen to paper explaining the thing, right? But it's definitely like interesting of like how, you know, it's kind of like with One Piece, like all these theories that I'm like thinking of in my head. What is this? Have I not been here? Where it's those little intricate details where they're not normal. When you see something in passing by, like when someone makes that like remark or something like that, you can tell there's a vibe off or something. Yeah, like they're not giving you the full details for whatever reason. It feels like there's a hidden narrative behind it. Yeah, like they're cooking something. What they are trying to cook up, I can't tell you. Like there's definitely like there's so many like details that they're just like not they're leaving purposely out and stuff like that to, I guess, make you build suspense. You try to figure things out. Oh look, it's Oliver. Imagine it was definitely worth seeing. Where are you guys, Dorothy? Is this Dorothy? No, that's not Dorothy. They look the same from behind. It's like that, and then like I said, like when I originally played, like was an outsider's perspective looking in, I thought of like how in the world does this outside the trilogy, how does this span into other games? However, now I'm like starting to see how it could possibly, but again, I think it's going to be like more easier. I think it's easier said than done, right? Like once you play the games and stuff, you could probably see it, but I can definitely see how they could do another game or two. I don't know how you make like so many other games though. So I'm definitely interested to see if the reason why other games get like listed and stuff like that is because of, yeah, exactly. Like unless the way they go about it, like for example, we're playing it from our region side and maybe the other games is like from the Empire side of things of what they saw, and then maybe there's like different elements within that. So I guess that's one way to kind of look at it, if that makes sense. I could see how they would go about it with that. It's just going to be a very interesting thing to see how they continue to develop this and where they will take it. Because there's definitely setup. There's definitely a lot of build up. And then there is the implication, or they're alluding to, that there are mythical creatures here and stuff that have that are strong. Like, these creatures are dangerous and stuff like that. There's places talking about like, oh, we can't do certain things anymore. Monsters are out of control. Stuff like that. So it makes you wonder if there's either, how are we missing? Every time I upgrade you guys, I give these guys upgrades, and then they all of a sudden they just start missing every attack known to man. So I'm definitely going to be curious. But for now, okay, guys, please just kill it. There we go. But at least for now, we are playing this trilogy, and then we'll go from there and see how we'll do that. Ooh, okay, thank God we actually did. How does this work? Does this just heal everybody? Oh my goodness, it does. That is actually beautiful. Wait, does it only do... It only does 200. I mean... No, they love their gods and stuff like that. It's always funny. Whenever It's always funny watching, like, playing games, and then, like, the final boss battle is literally the god of the world and stuff like that. It's so hilarious, like, how these games always get to that point. Like, congratulations, guys, you have defeated rats your whole fucking game. Now here, go fight the biggest god known to man, the Mecha. And it's like this huge ass creature that like moves heaven and earth together. And then literally before that is a pipsqueak. Like, it's funny how things like drastically go up as you play. Oh shit. Okay, I don't want to deal with these guys. These guys are so annoying. I feel like they went to the tower because they've been talking about the tower. They have to have gone to the tower, I think. Let's go check it out. But this has been a good ride right now, so I'm not complaining. And as Devin curious, Joshua's also been implying that maybe he was a part of the Empire before our dad took him in. At least it sounds that way. Like, whenever the Empire gets mentioned, he gets a little, not tense. He has like this really odd reaction to it, where he doesn't like the mention of them. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that may play out too. You know what's funny? I noticed that I was thinking that in the back of my head too. There's another theme in here, I think in one of the villagers, where I was like, this sounds so familiar, and I couldn't put my finger on it. But I can definitely see that they may have like added like other. It's kind of funny how you get like some games just and like the whole medium spectrum sometimes takes a little bit. Like this specific theme, right? This specific theme here, I swear to you, in OG Final Fantasy VII, there is something similar to this theme in a battle theme, I think. It's just funny how some of these like OSTs eventually become one another. I mean, there is that, I think, theory that like there is no original music anymore because like all the sound bites have been used in every shape, way, and form. So I guess like that plays into it, but there is like, I see that too, because I can feel it with certain themes as well. So that was the name of this tower again. The Ambrol Tower. It's one of the ancient ruins referred to as the Tricycle Tower. Oh, I see. That's why it looks exactly like the Esmos Tower, huh? I mean, aside from the color and the layout, of course, but the atmosphere is the same. What's wrong? Oh, it's probably nothing. But I could have sworn I heard somebody talking. Is it Dorothy and them? Please tell me it is. It has to be them. You're right, Estelle. It sounds like somebody's in here. Do you think it could be... Maybe taking a detour every once in a while isn't a bad idea. We'll have to just net in ourselves something big. See, that's the thing, right? Like, with music, it's so cool because I personally don't believe in that theory, because I'm like, I feel like there's different ways that you could project music and stuff. So I'm not like a person who fully agrees with how that theory came out and was like, yeah, there's no longer any original music because all sound bites have been used before. But I'm like, I mean, sure, but I feel like there is like music. Like there's different ways you could portray me. Oh my god. You know what? Estelle has this. Okay, good job, Joshua. I'm so proud of you. Hurricane. Yeah, okay, well that didn't really... That did a lot... I was hyping that up to do a lot more. At least I thought it would do more. This is actually really bad. This is actually like extremely bad.
We're good to go.
Okay, we got our steak. I'm gonna try to like kill a few of these before we revive Joshua. Okay, never mind. I might have to revive Joshua right now. These motherfuckers are fast. Okay, I didn't burn out.
Seems you came up short.
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, this like that. I was thinking, oh, I have the like. I thought I had it in me. Basically, I thought like, oh, I got this. I don't have this. I don't have that. Oh man, that went awful. But luckily, I have healing abilities. Because I thought the hurricane thing, like, I thought it did the same amount of damage. What are you? I thought, like, it would do the same amount of damage as a regular hit. I was clearly wrong. Oh, that is not good at all. But, it's fine. We got this. Never mind. Do we have this? We do have it.
Oh, are we done already?
Are they clear card? I love Sarah, dog. She's so cool. She's as funny, even though she's like an alcoholic or like proclaims to be. She's such a fun character to have in the party. I'm glad we have her. Oh my god, we're healing. I will say, I think like what I also have to like keep track of in this game is the amount of quartz I get, because I'm assuming like. But enemy battles don't drop money, and I only get money from the missions I do. So I probably have to like sell. Oh no. I probably need to sell the quartz I get from just random battles and stuff like that. Which I won't mind, but at the same time, I'm like, kind of don't want to sell because I don't know when I want to buy an upgrade or something like that. So I'm like, do I really have to sell? See, this is the problem with me in RPGs, is that I get little too attached to items when I'm not supposed to. Like, I hoard crap here when I probably shouldn't. Because I'm like, what happens if I need this? What happens if I need that? You know, stuff like that. And oh my goodness gracious. There's got to be. No. No. Well, actually, wait. It's not hurricane, so we should be able to just like deal with this stuff like easily. Very loosely here. There we go. Okay, there's only 2 of you left. This shouldn't be that bad. Yes. Okay, so Stell's up. That's the thing though, is that like I feel like that's the same way, right? I feel like there's never a bad time to hoard up things because like I never need it. But I think my issue is that like, because when I try to be mindful when I'm playing, like when I'm streaming and stuff, I'm like, you know, maybe I should try to get rid of this and stuff like that. Because I'm like, am I actually gonna really need this? But there's times where I'm like, I don't know. I just like in these types of games, I hoard like everything I get because I'm like super precautious. It's kind of the same way like how I've, or at least tried to play Resident Evil, because I try to just like, if I can fight it head first, I'll do that instead of using my guns and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't, like, there's been so many times where I've played games and I've like thrown stuff out, like, especially I think what kind of traumatized me and this is gonna sound really funny, is actually Stardew Valley. When I originally started playing Stardew Valley, people
We're good to go.
I've started playing it when it originally came out and stuff like that, and then I took my little break from it, yada yada yada. However, when I went back, people were always saying, don't throw away your stuff, keep it. And I'm like, okay, but I really don't need this stuff. Come to find out, you actually really do need to not throw away things, because a lot of the stuff that you like, in order to complete some of the side content in Stardew Valley, you do need every piece of material and stuff. You're not supposed to throw stuff away, like, at all in the game. Most gamers exactly, dog. Like, we're gonna roll the dice on throwing away our equipment just for the lulz of it. But I think that's where, like, my original fear, not original, because I've played games in the past where, like, I have gotten rid of stuff and then, like, the very next moment I've, like, needed it. But Stardew Valley is the more recent game that I've played where this has happened, where I've needed something to complete stuff, I've thrown it out and regretted it like 10 seconds later. Because it's just like, it's not right. I need, like, game, you couldn't have told me that I needed that? Why couldn't you have told me I needed that? It's not fair. You know, it's stuff like that. Like, how dare you, game? How dare you punish me for being too laxed with how I play this game? How could you? Can I make anything at all? I need to start buying freaking food. That's the one thing I need to do. Is start buying, like, stocking up on foods. Fried eyes and eggs. What the fuck? What is this? Oh, wow. Heals 350 and cures blind. That's actually, wow, that's actually really good. I just didn't expect it to come from something called that, I guess. I should have let that one kind of live a little longer. Sarah, you go attack these. I hate all these freaking bugs. Luckily, we're kind of strong enough to deal with them a bit. We're gonna heal. Should have gone to the general goods store before doing this. I should have. Guys, please. Guys, please. Let's get rid of you. Okay, that's fine. That's even better. That's actually really good. I'm not being sarcastic about that. Why do you all decide to miss when the stakes are high? Literally, when there's no stakes at all, you guys are like sweeping the floor with everything, and then all of a sudden the stakes are raised a tad bit, and all of a sudden you guys forgot how to use your weapons. It don't make sense, man. It don't make any sense. I'm gonna ignore you. Oh, okay. Where's the other upstairs thing? We're here? Oh, just one of you. I'm gonna lose it. How do y'all keep missing?
Done already?
Like, I swear we're higher levels than these things, and we're just missing completely. Like, we're whiffing shots. We are whiffing everything. Yeah, beat his ass. Yeah, he did. Okay, never mind. Because
We're good to go.
why would we manage to get a hit on them? Why? You know, why would we need that? God. Okay. There was another staircase, but oh well. Floor 5. Oh, we might not actually get up this way. What is with these freaking rooms and all these stupid bugs? You stay there. I don't like you. Are they allergic to anything? No, but I'll kill you in the distance. You deserve that. Oh my god. Good. Can you hit this one? I want to see how much damage it actually does. Okay, glad you missed, buddy. Okay, that barely did anything. Okay. Still can't. No, it's fine. It's completely fine. I'm telling you, I don't know how to really express it because it's one of those things where I don't know how to explain it. I think we have there's so many problems. There's so many problems, right? And it feels like every day. Like, I joke with this with my IRL friends a lot. Like, why does it feel like every day I wake up and it feels like we're in a simulation of sorts, right? It kind of feels like that. But I think, like, I don't mean to laugh. I hope no one takes it the wrong way. When I, like, chuckle and stuff like that, it's because, like, it's easier for me to, like, chuckle at something than get, like, really annoyed. So sometimes when I chuckle, it's like that. It's one of those things where I really do feel people don't like having conversations that make them uncomfortable. And then, sorry, real quick, we're doing a little bit. I didn't expect to hit a story quest right in the middle of this. Oh, thank you. You really saved my hide. Well, if it isn't Professor Alba. I was all tense because I thought it might have been the Sky Bandits. It's been a while now, hasn't it? You know this guy? Yeah, he's a scholar who's been investigating the towers in Liberal. When we were escorting the reporters, we ran into him at the Esmal's tower. And here it looks like I'm being rescued again. We heard talking earlier. Is there someone else here with you? Oh goodness, you heard that? How embarrassing. It's a bad habit I have whenever I'm doing my research. If I don't say what I'm thinking out loud, I can't collect my thoughts. Oh, so you were just talking to yourself, huh? We're all a little crazy sometimes. At any rate, we best save the chit-chat for another time. We should get out of this place before more monsters come looking for a snack. You're leaving already? Why, is there a problem? My research here isn't finished. Oh, well, in that case, take as much time as you need. Estelle, Joshua, we're leaving now. Mr. Researcher here says he can find his own way back to town. Wow, now that was scary. She totally threatened the poor guy. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm ready to leave now. Men are definitely best when they're so agreeable. Hey, Estelle and Joshua, let's go. Pronto. Okay, good grief. Okay, well, oh, okay, so it doesn't, like, skip out. Perfect. Oh, no. Fuck. But I think, like, one of the biggest issues that is generally happening, in my opinion, of how I perceive things across the board. Okay, we are not fit for this. We are definitely not fit for this. That's what I'm saying. It, like, we have other things that we have issues with. Like, look what just happened recently with the poor woman, right? Why? Okay, yeah, I'm not fit for this battle. I need to figure this out. It doesn't make you've got to be fucking with me. Okay, this I could probably do. Like, we have oodles of issues that we need to, like, work on desperately right now. Like, really badly. And we're more concerned with well, not we. You know, it's other things that seem to be concerned with other stuff, right? Where I don't know how to really word it, right? Because it genuinely just doesn't make sense. It generally just doesn't make sense. We have so many issues. We have so many different problems. We have different economical issues that we are having issues with right now. That we shouldn't even be worrying about other parts of the world that are other things within reason. Like, if of course, if somebody, like a neighboring, like, ally was hurt or something like that, you know, of course we're gonna have to, like, help in some shape or form. But we have so many issues here in the States that we need help with, whether that's from the top branch to some of the small stuff. Like, it just doesn't make like, every day this past week has been, it's been something every day, and it's been so stupid. Exactly. It like, it generally just doesn't make sense when some of them talk about it. Like, they don't see the contradictory things they are saying. Like, sorry, another story. Hang on, I'll do this little tangent real quick because it makes real quick. They will say, like, they will say something, and then, like for example, okay, they've been on a whole spiel about immigration, right? It's been one of the biggest things happening here since he basically, excuse me, got back in office. From a statistical standpoint, it isn't doing well, right? But people love it. People are like, oh yes, immigration is the problem with everything in the world. Which, in reality, I think statistically, I don't know the exact numbers, it really isn't. There's other problems that are causing the things that are doing it. And then you're alluding to, not trying to yet, but you're alluding to wanting to take other things. Like, take a part of other continents where these people that you've been saying you don't want in this place anymore are from. Do you all not see the counter argument, like the contradictory in your own statements that you're saying? You don't want people from these areas, but you want us to go and you're alluding that you want to go and, like, fix these places and make them become part of us. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. See, exactly. Exactly. That's why, like, on my Twitter, right? If Twitter wasn't as broken and as busted as it is, whenever you post about things, from the likes, even from things that get on your feed that you have no control over, it messes up your feed badly. Like, the thing of it is, ever since I put out, and I know this is like a complete 180 from this conversation, but ever since I made my Robin post, my theory post on Twitter, I have been getting nonstop, like, things in my feed about Nico Robin. 95% of it has been fan art, thankfully, right? But then there's, like, that few things that, like, get in there that are about the most up-to-date One Piece stuff, and I quickly scroll by. if Twitter wasn't broken, I'm pretty sure I would probably be posting more thoughts about what's going on in the world just to vent my frustration on things. But when you like the people generally are really stupid, right? Not only did, like, for example, with the poor lady that happened in Minnesota, they're like, oh, this new camera angle makes her look bad. Are you all watching the same thing? If anything, it makes makes that officer look worse. It shows that she backed up and was trying to leave, and you still unloaded into her face. And then people, like you said, I hope they're bots too, right? I find it extremely hard to believe in my life, like the way my grandmother raised me. I find it hard to believe that people are just this rooted in evil. And that might be a naive thing to look at the world, because there generally are evil people out there in the world, right? There's people that wake up. I don't believe that everyone wakes up thinking to be evil, but I do think there's a majority of people that wake up and have a different perspective on life that tends towards the more evil side of looking at things. But I generally find it extremely hard to believe that everyone wakes up in the morning and they want to go spill some of the stuff that comes out of their mouths that they are saying. It just doesn't make sense. Exactly. It's just the same way of how some people will celebrate the genocide that's happening in Gaza. I don't get it. I really don't get it. People like I don't get it. I really don't get it. And then, like, if you and it's so weird because, like, you get people who won't partake in conversations because, like I said, they don't feel comfortable having those conversations, which I think in itself is a huge problem. We should partake in conversations that make us uncomfortable. It's how you learn about the world. It's how you learn about other people. It's how you learn about yourself too. It's how you see things, right? But people don't want to have those conversations because they don't feel comfortable. It makes them uncomfortable and stuff like that. They don't want to see it from that side. They don't want to look at the tragedies. They think everything is like sunshines and rainbows. And to be fair, right? A lot of days I don't want to wake up and look at the negative stuff in life. I don't think anybody does. You know, it gets to a point where there's already enough negativity out there. I think like every now and then you just kind of want to like have a day or two where you don't want to look at everything that's going wrong in the world and stuff like that. But people generally just don't want to, like, at all have these conversations. They don't want to talk about what's happening with the genocide in Gaza. They don't want to talk about what's happening here in the States and how stupid the orange Teletubbies being and how it closely resembles certain things that have happened in our histories past of the world. It just, they don't want to do that. No one wants to talk about it. Exactly. Escape to the mountains. I really wish of every passing day, I really wish I could just pack up my stuff, plug my Wi-Fi into a thing in a forest, and be able to live off the grid or something like that. Because it's just every day it's something new. And like, again, this is another off-topic thing, but I genuinely hope they don't bring the World Cup here anymore. Like, I think the thing of it is, it's too close for the World Cup to come here, and they can't like change plans because I don't think anyone else in the world's really fit besides maybe like, you know, the other soccer leagues that are playing right now. Maybe they could host it, and unfortunately, a lot of small businesses are kind of relying on the World Cup coming here to do it. They're already like pre-planned and stuff like that. Like, even in my area where I'm living, I live not close to the capital, but I'm somewhat close, if that makes sense. Even then, people around here are preparing, like mom and pop restaurant places are getting like stuff just to watch the games if you like are just passing by and stuff like that. Even like small bakeries around here are trying to do things like have like a watch party if you want to show up early in the morning and stuff like that to watch a game or stuff like that. Like people already like have unfortunately started to prepare for this event. But if you ask me, I don't think we should host this event. Look what's happening here, and like there's just so much wrong with it. I could see this World Cup event becoming a real shit show. I really can. And it's a like the outside, in my personal opinion, I think the outside world looks at us like we're a bunch of fucking lunatics. I really do. And I fear like if anything were to happen during the World Cup, it will be a worser look than anything we've ever seen about ourselves. And I don't think a lot of people can comprehend what the world may look at us for if something were to go south during a national event where other countries are coming here to visit us. Not only that, other people from around the world will be here. Like, there's different representatives and stuff like that that come out to watch these games. I can only imagine what the hell is about to happen. What conversations are going to take place behind doors and stuff like that. I genuinely wish we could have like one of those like mic'd up moments with everybody where everyone can like speak their mind and it'd be advertised. It would be funny as hell. Like, can you imagine? I don't know, like, you know, for shits and giggles, we, you know, United States and United Kingdom always like shoot the shit with each other. Can you imagine like the United Kingdom's like, I think the main person's like called the Prime Minister, besides like the Queen and King and stuff like that. But I mean like the person that comes and visits, I think it's the Prime Minister. Can you imagine having like the Prime Minister like mic'd up during that stuff? It would be hilarious to see some of the combos that would happen. I think what it happens, if I remember correctly, with the World Cup event, it was decided like years ago that we were going to be hosting it. If I remember correctly, how the process works, each like country places a bid to the FIFA organization, like 3-4 World Cups out, and then they get picked, and we just unfortunately got picked and during this time. Yeah, exactly. Like we have caused a handful of problems for other people, which, you know, it is one of those things where it's like very weird, where yeah, like they get picked 15 years prior or something like that, and unfortunately we got picked during the Orange Teletubbies time. And unfortunately, with the enemies and the bad relations that we keep doing, right? I really don't know how long, from a statistical standpoint, that it's going to take to recover, right? And I think another issue is too, for some reason, right? Not even for some reason. I feel like a majority of people know the reason and stuff. When people look at the stock markets and stuff like that, when they see green, they think the economy is good. I don't know how we got to that. I know how we got to that point, right? We got to that point because when stock market green, companies be like, oh, we made record profits. We are doing whatever XYZ is, right? Like we made, I don't know, $1 million, just for an example, over last month, right? You're like, yeah, that's cool and stuff like that. But how many people have you employed? Like, how many people do you have on your payroll? You've cut like jobs, you've cut hours, you've cut your staff, and you may be bringing in profits, but the way you're going to gain these profits isn't good. And not only is the stock market like being held together by just, oh, number green, number means good. This is where AI takes place too, and why I hate AI. The stock market is so filled with technology companies right now that if this AI bubble bursts, let's say tomorrow, right? For the shits and giggles, right? Our stock market now, I think the top 10 companies that withhold our stock market are all tech. I think the top 10 is all tech, right? I think. If something were to happen to this AI bubble, we are so fucked. Like, I don't think people really perceived of how bad the stock market really is. Exactly. Like, I think the issue is that, like, and I'm not going to be here and sitting here and to proclaim that I know everything about economics and stuff like that. I took classes for my associate's degree. I know a little bit about it. I took a few classes for my associate's degree, and I studied it in high school going into college because for me, I got a business major. It is something I wanted to study. I took a few classes for it. After that, I haven't really studied economics. I mean, I watch videos in my free time to really get the grasp of things, but I'm by no chance an expert, nor do I have a master's degree or something like that. But I think people don't really get economics anymore. It's very weird. Oh yeah, they are definitely overspending. The only reason why I'm saying it's like the reason why I said it's like a bubble is because the top companies are like funding the AI stuff, and there's a lot of money that keeps bouncing around between those companies and stuff like that. Oh yeah, obviously this is not financial advice. Obviously, don't listen to Thank you for that. This is not financial advice. Please don't take anything what I say to heart. But the reason why I was like saying it was a bubble is because of the top like 10 companies are just passing a money to each other for AI stuff. That's the reason why I was like saying it was like a bubble, is because the money they keep like looping in there doesn't make sense between each other. It doesn't make sense of the money that's being looped in there. Like every other week, it feels like they just send money to one another to do something with their AI technology. It's bizarre. It is really bizarre. And that's why I was like saying, if something were to happen to AI, like for example, the chip, like for example, RAM chips. I don't remember the specific name of the material that's needed, but let's say that RAM chips became unaccessible for, let's say, a few months. It hurts them a lot because of all the money they keep like yeah, exactly. They keep doing circle investments in there. It will hurt a lot. And because our economy or the top 10 companies are or like they make up a huge chunk of the S&P and stuff like that, it would fall a bit and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It's life is fun. Life is really fun. It's so, I don't know. Like, I just don't know how. Like, of course we can pinpoint to when it starts, right? But there's obvious ways to start fixing it. But the issue is would the people in power want to fix it? Because they have the most to gain from things like this. They get money, they get elected because they want to lie about, you know, so on and so forth. And it's weird. It's generally like a weird thing to think about because there's definitely avenues and certain things you could do to send things on track and stuff like that, but it's just, it takes time, and the issue is it feels like there's a ticking time bomb waiting to happen, but I don't think people will wake up till it actually like comes and slaps them in the face, unfortunately. You know. Just remember, guys, this isn't financial advice. But also remember, all the problems you have now, your rent's high, foods cost a lot, car insurance is going up, everything's going up, right? Just remember, it's your neighbor's fault. It's never the people in charge. It's never the trillionaires and billionaires and millionaires and stuff like that that are taking all the money and using it for themselves and whatever things they want to use. It's your neighbor's fault. Oh, we'll push through 100%. We'll definitely be like it's definitely bleak, but we'll definitely be through it. Like I believe, like a part of me really believes in humanity. I really do. It's just one of those things where like I hope people start waking up very soon. That's all. I really hope they start waking up soon. All right. Fun little tangent. Our fun tangent of the month. And it's only January 10th. We'll have more in the following weeks, everybody. Hope you all come and enjoy the next time where we talk about why the platypus is the best animal in the world. Oh, goodness. You helped me out of a mess again. Oh, and of course, my controller disconnected. Oh. Yeah, we're going from talking about politics to going back to talk about politics in the fictional world. So that's very fun and too. Oh, goodness. You've helped me out of a mess again. If you hadn't come along when you did, I might have been done for good this time. I've managed to get a little funding for my research, so I'll send a payment to the guild as a token of my gratitude. Like I told you before, hire a bracer to escort you around. Funds permitting, I will seriously look into it next time. Anyway, I must be going now. I don't trust this professor dog. I really don't. Are you sure you don't need to be escorted back to town? If I did that, then my wallet would truly be barren. Farewell, everyone. I hope we can meet again someplace. I really don't trust him at all. Like, at all. He certainly is a strange one. You think so? He seems like the typical academic to me. You know, the type that gets lost in whatever they're doing. You're definitely not one of those people, that's for sure. Hey, even I know better than to come waltzing into a place like this alone. But for a scholar, he may just be more than meets the eye. For one, he came here by himself. Maybe you're right. But we're the ones who ended up having to save his behind. Well, that's just part of the Bracer's line of work. Anyway, how about we get going? So, I didn't find Dorothy and them here, so then what? Okay, fine. We'll head back. I don't want to... Fuck, I don't want to battle you guys. I don't want to battle you guys. I don't have the health to do this. No, stop. Stop. Stop attacking me. Which way do we go back? That's that it should be back here. Right? I hope. I think. Please. Okay. I do think it's back here. Thank God. No. Stop attacking me, okay? I don't want to play these games with you guys. I want to go back home. I want to go back to my hotel. Please let me go. Okay. And then we'll go back out on an adventure. No, no, not this way. Not this way. I thought the game crashed there for a second. I was going to lose it. Okay. Let's go heal. I'm going to also hit up the market real quick. I need supplies. Like, badly. Like, that whole roundabout thing took a toll on us. I don't know how I ran out of this stuff so quickly. I need my revivals. Oh my god, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. Jesus, I'm broke. I'm so broke now. Hello, sir. Oh, thank God we got more money. Oh, we finally went up to 6th class. Thank God. Ooh. Good work. It looks like you managed to achieve your objective. Come back here if you have anything else to report. Okay, so that's perfect. So what is this court? Is this new court that we got? Purify. Oh, it's like, I forget what that perk is called, but it's like that thing where you just get frozen in stone. Like Medusa. Yeah, thank God. Because, like, no, the save system's actually really easy. It's just save. Because, thank God. That's always been, like, one of the funnier things whenever you play these older games, is that you never know how the save system works. Because, and it's one of the things that I fear a lot when I play some of the older games. Like, yeah, I really want to play them, but sometimes the save systems in them are absolutely atrocious. Like, thank God for, like, this one. It's easy, just go in the save file and I can just save right here. Like that. But some of these other games, you can only save at certain points. You can only, like, for example, Tormented Souls, we could only save if we only had film reels, which was, I mean, the game was more on the shorter end of stuff, thankfully. But, like, for example, Final Fantasy X, I couldn't say that I wanted to call it a day until I got to checkpoints and stuff like that. That's why I think, like, whenever I played like Final Fantasy X and stuff like that, I would save at specific points and call it a day, even if I didn't want to, just because I didn't know when I would get to the next checkpoint. I didn't know how far between the next checkpoint would be. But with this, I feel like I can, like, I'm fine for a little bit. I can stay and like play for a little bit just because I can save at any point, thankfully. But some of those other games, man, are awful when it comes to saving. Usually they still play very well and stuff like that. Like this, I have no issues with. But, oof, some other games, man, I don't know where the fuck Dorothy and everyone else is, dog. Where are you guys? We're gonna actually, you know what, too? I was thinking about this as well. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I get curious, right? If this is a trilogy, and this is one of the things that I never really understood about games that do RPGs and stuff like that, or like besides like platformers. I think for platformers it works better than it does RPGs. But if you do a sequel in an RPG, how does the leveling system work in the following one? Because, for example, let's say for the sake of argument, I ended the game, like I beat the game with these stats listed, right? Hypothetically. In game 2, do I just go back to the beginning and like lose everything I learned? But that wouldn't make much sense. Because they did this in Kingdom Hearts. But with Kingdom Hearts, they actually added elements into the story that made sense of why you would start in the beginning and stuff. Like why, shoot, it's the other way. I wanted to check that mind area out and see if they're up there. Like they added like a story element as to why the system would restart and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see if this game is going to do something similar as to why you lose your upgrades and stuff like that. Yeah, like I feel like it's definitely one of those things where with platformers and games that don't really need a system like that, it makes sense, but with RPGs it just doesn't. For me, it just doesn't make sense of how they would revert back like go back to 0 and then work your way up again, and then like hey Joshua, I know you already learned like dual strike at the beginning of game 1, but you're gonna also need to learn it at the beginning of game 2 as well. So, you know, just be prepared for that. You know, it's one of those things where it's just like logistically just doesn't make sense. So I'm very curious to see if they're gonna add a story element to that. But it's definitely gonna be funny to see. Where the fuck do I find Dorothy? Like here I'm thinking that they went to the tower again because of like what happened the first time, but I only found the professor there. Like, are we gonna be like spending the rest of our time just like fucking shooting the shit here and like trying to look around everywhere for them? Yeah, exactly. Perfect example. She was fighting the final A on Death's like everyone in her party on Death's row, fighting for like their last breath, using the last bit of strength they have left, only to go into game 2 and we are back at the beginning trying to struggle with slimes. Like she literally beat a god and she's struggling back with slimes. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Oh god. But at least with like the new like near impossible to hit. Near impossible to hit, but can we? No, Final Fantasy like 10-2 is definitely on the easier side of the games and stuff like that. No questions asked. Like, I have no problem saying that. It's definitely the easier side of things. But it's just like, it's funny. It's really funny of like how that like plays out because of how some things play out. It's always funny of like how those games do play out like that. Okay, we're not gonna fight you. If you're only gonna give me 1 XP, you can like fuck off. I don't know what to really look for, or like where to find Dorothy in them, because where in the hell? Like they wanted the scoop, and the only thing I could think of was the tower. Unless I start heading towards the mines. But I don't see why they would be at the mines. Because that doesn't make sense. Monsters appeared. Okay, well... Fuck. How strong are you guys? Are you guys weak to anything? No, of course not. Because why would anything in this game be weak to anything at all? Yeah, exactly. Like by the time we reach Tales 8, we're gonna be gods amongst gods, and then just everything else. Oh yeah, No worries. No worries. I think I got what you were saying, but it's one of those things where it's funny where uh, it's I don't know. I feel like personally we will fight humans. Like if at least here in this particular game, I feel like we will be fighting like maybe the Sky Bandits, right? Like maybe the big final boss is like the organization of the Sky Bandits, and
Let's move out.
next game maybe we go fight the government, and then maybe then we go fight gods. Like I feel like that may be the progression of like how this would be, but even then there is a chance, you never know. Like of course they've like hinted at mythical beings, but like to be fair, we haven't really seen any. So like there is the benefit of the doubt there with it. For now. For now, of course. So we will definitely see how it could play out. If it plays out that way. How the fuck do these things... Okay, we're not even gonna waste our time trying to fight you. They probably drop like insane loot. The issue is that I can't hit nothing. I don't know where to look for Dorothy. Watch, she's like in I feel like I've searched everywhere in town. Yeah, we're only at chapter 1. We're only in chapter 1 right now. So it's definitely like we've only started this journey. You know what? It's a good question to like bring up. I want to see something. How many chapters are in... I hope that I'm just gonna put Trails in the Sky and hope that it like does that. Ugh. Oh, there's only 4 chapters in this game. Wow. The prologue counts as a chapter. So there's chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're well. So I guess we're like a quarter of the way done, I think. Yeah, we're 5 streams in, and I've only completed chapter 1. Like when I originally completed the prologue, I was like, oh wow, that's cool. Didn't realize I didn't actually complete the prologue. That was actually them telling me I'm starting the prologue. Okay. Like I took it as in, oh, we're starting the prologue, not that you're actively starting it now. Yeah, it makes more sense because I was like, when I played it, I was thinking to myself, man, we are playing a fair amount of time here, you know? Like, it, not to say that, like, it's not possible and stuff, but it was definitely weird, and the sense of like usually by now we complete this, right? But I don't, why does it do that? But we'll see how long chapter 1. I mean, chapter 1 we kind of started last stream. We started not last stream, the stream before that near the end is when we officially started. But you know, we're still technically in it and stuff, so you know, I'm just gonna go start talking to everybody. What is this? Oh, whoops. They have to be here, right? They have to be around here somewhere. People use this place for business meeting, or maybe it's just because some of the half-assed business people feel right at home. I don't know. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. This ain't a joke, you know. Oh, yep. Well, we found him, but he's drunk off his ass. Was having his article rejected really that much of a shock to his system? He's just acting like the man he is. Men are pigs after all. Sarah, you flip like 180 every other time we talk to you about stuff like this. It's funny. Though he seems to have forgotten that alcohol is a drink to be consumed, not a drink to be consumed by. But that's really philosophical for a way to talk about alcohol. You're one to talk. Don't they sometimes call you bottomless, Sarah? Oh, please, bottomless is much more suitable for a woman like Anna. I, on the other hand, can hold my liquor. No matter how much I may drink, my face and my disposition remain unended. So don't you dare a group of fun-loving drinker like myself is in the same category as this clumsy lush. Oh, come on now. When you get drunk, you lose it completely, and everyone around you gets a heck of a show, admit it. It's certainly true that Anna is like a bucket to Sierra's sleeve, but no matter how you look at it, they both pretty bottomless. I'm sensing disrespect, the children. Oh. Where am I? Yeah, bro. Drinkers have a way of talking about like drinks. Like I have not a cousin. Maybe a cousin? I don't know what it would be. Like I have a second cousin who has a second cousin who's a real, not alcoholic, but he's like a connoisseur of drinks. And it just reminds me of conversations that I have about when he talking about he likes whiskey. That's what it is. He talks about whiskey the exact same way. And I'm like, I don't drink. Not anymore. And it's just like, whenever people talk about it, I'm like, yeah, sure, buddy. Like, go at it. Like, have fun. Like, do you. Good, you're awake. Sort of drinking so much is not good for your health, you know. Oh, my head. What the? You're that bracer trainee, aren't you? Oh my goodness, what the hell am I doing in Roland? Thought I made my way to Bose. What are you mumbling about, you sponge? You are in Bose, and so are we. Oh, well, damn. Don't scare me like that. Oh, and I see you've got a lovely lass with you. Named Sarazard, heavily. The pleasure's all yours, I'm sure. And I'm the mentor of these two. Sarazard. Are you infamous Silver Streak, by any chance? Oh, you humble me, sir. I take it you've heard of me then? Only rumors, I'm afraid, but yes, I know your name. You're one of the top young bracers, if I'm not mistaken. Which means you three are here to investigate the incident as well, I suppose. Oh, so you do have some brains left in there after all that booze. I'm impressed. You find anything out? We saw you by the mayor's house. You seemed pretty troubled. Damn, they saw that? Oh yeah, I was looking for clues and couldn't find any. That's what I figured. Damned army regulations on the spread of information really restrict what I'm able to learn anyway. And if I try to consult General Morgan at the Hawken Gate directly, I'll be held up for inspection for who knows how long. So I figured at least I could try to score an interview with the legendary voluptuous mayor, but a maid turned me away outright. And to top it all off, that useless girl kept screwing everything up. Everything. Oh, Grey Adios. Tell me, what did I do to deserve this snobby life? Well, you did try to do an exclusive on the mayor's chess. But if you want information that badly, you might share some of ours with you. We might share some of ours with you. Huh? We are actually investigating the incident on Mayor Maybell's behalf right now. So naturally, we've met with the mayor and General Morgan too, for that matter. Holy crap, you're serious? Yep, totally. Score. And the goddess gets a point. Bless be the bounty of Adios. Please, I beg of you, tell me everything, every last detail. We'll be glad to, however. Aren't you forgetting something, Niall? Huh? Information ain't free, you know. We'll scratch your back, but you need to scratch ours first. And get that look off your face. I totally do not mean that literally. You want mirror or something? My research funds are long exhausted at this point, I'm sorry to say. We're not interested in your money. We just find it fascinating that you made your way to Bose right after the incident occurred. Seems like you might have heard some interesting things yourself, that being the case. And here I thought you were a nice kid. Turns out you're just a slimy little leech like me. I'll tell you what I know, but rest assured it's not big news by any stretch of the imagination. As long as it's related to the incident, no matter how trivial it may seem, I'll take it. Just don't be stingy. Give it to us straight, okay? Fine, fine. I'll tell you everything. On my honor as a newsman. I got 2 clues to share. So if you're taking notes, I suggest you get out your pen and paper. We're ready whenever you are. Man, way to go, Joshua. You're on a roll. Well, if he gets tired of being a bracer, we know he'll have a bright future in racketeering with those skills. The first clue is in the form of eyewitness reports from the village of Ravenier to the west. I talked to a villager who just came to Bose for a visit, and she told me something very interesting. Apparently, she knows a kid who saw a large shadow fly overhead on the night of the incident. I don't know, right? See, this is like the really interesting thing about him is he's been smart this whole time. Like he's been smart, but it's weird, right? That's why when he gets alluded to being a part of the possible empire and stuff like that, whenever we talk about the empire and stuff, he gets this like really weird demeanor and stuff. But I feel like maybe he was trained in the empire like at a young age or something. And maybe that's why he's so intelligent. Maybe. And of course I'm pulling at straws. Like that's a good fetch. It's just by like some subtle stuff that comes up every now and then. But everyone talks about how smart he is. You're not wrong. Everyone, they know something's with him. I hope we find out more about him too, because he seems like a really interesting character in itself. I hope we learn more about him. It might not be in this game. I don't know how these trilogies have played out, but we'll find out. Apparently, she knows a kid who saw a large shadow flying overhead at the night of the incident. A huge shadow flying overhead? Yep, airship. I told him, maybe even the missing one. The army checked it out and found absolutely nothing. See, this is where that mythical creature inside that newsletter comes from. A dragon. Aw, you meanie. You raised our hopes only to dash them straight away. They're saying somebody saw something, but it was probably unrelated to anything? That's what I'm saying. I warned you it wasn't big news. And I want... See, that's interesting too, because like the funny thing is, I'll slow it down next time if I remember. I'm sorry if I don't. In his ultimate attack, right, that he uses, his eyes lose like the life in them and stuff like that. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of just gonna sound really weird, but you know how like in like shonen animes and stuff like that, when a character does like a super or has been through a lot, their eyes get like lifeless, right? When Joshua does his ultimate attack, his eyes get lifeless. And then also, I don't know if you saw it, but the professor's eyes also get lifeless as he leaves as well. And I've never had a good feeling of the professor since we first met him. So I don't know if like there is a contrast between Joshua and the professor, and maybe they're linked in some way. and then maybe they're linked to the Empire, like you said. Maybe they're under a spell or something. Maybe like they're being manipulated. So I don't know. That's what I'm hoping we find out, because there's definitely something with him. It's just what that something is, right? That I'm curious to learn about. I went to a lot of trouble to get this sad morsel. What with that information embargo in place and all? Well done. Now let's hear that second clue of yours. Fine. The other thing I learned is that the military's intelligence division is on the move. Intelligence division? I've heard rumors about them. It's the new royal snatched branch of the army in charge of intelligence gathering and dismembers. Whatever. That's the one, yeah. Supposedly they're so elite that can stand toe-to-toe with the royal bodyguards. The man they put in charge, Clono Richard, is apparently quite the whiz kid. With him on the case, they say this incident is as good as solved already. Doesn't seem like your information will be of much use to us in our investigation. Yeah, well, can't say I didn't warn you. Sorry I couldn't help much of your end. Yeah, it does feel like a traitor plot line and stuff, and it also feels like maybe they were trained to be like, I don't know if, I wouldn't say, I mean, maybe there's a chance. Maybe they were trained to be like an assassin, because Joshua dual wields like knives. Maybe he was trained to be an assassin, but who knows? It's interesting, and especially since Joshua says that he doesn't remember, or at the beginning, things were like a little fuzzy, supposedly, right? Supposedly. So it's gonna be. I'm very, like I said, it's one of these things, and it's exactly like how I feel with One Piece at times too, where like they give us this information, and I can't help but let my mind wonder what it could be, especially when there's little details that they just magically put there for some reason, right? Don't tease me like this. Stop teasing me like this. It's not fair. It's not. But a promise is a promise. I scratched. Now it's your turn. Of course, a deal's a deal after all. Joshua told Neil all the incident enrollment as well as the information received from General Morgan. The Capoos, Sky Bandits, a ransom demand to the royal house and the airship operations. Good goodness, that's exactly what I needed. That's the missing link I've been killing myself to find. Caught your fancy, did it? Absolutely. I can definitely write my article now. Can't be wasting my time getting drunk here. I have to find Dorothy post haste. See you later, you wonderful people, you. Wow, his spirit certainly lifted fast. Well, he was catching a big story pretty unsuccessfully until we came along. It's only natural. I'm glad we could help him out. Well, look at you, from Mr. I'll break your kneecaps if you don't talk to Mr. Nice Guy in under a minute. Talk about a split personality. Stop thinking weird things about me. I was just negotiating a little give and take, nothing more. Exactly, we just wanted to move the poor guy. Come on now. A bad boy extraordinaire. What a good boy inside. Or is it the other way around? Either way, I'm sure the girls love it. Yeah, exactly. Like, he's been trying. Who knows how long? Yeah, exactly. Like you said, who knows how long he's been walking? It's gonna be. I just hope. I hope it's nothing like, oh, Joshua's all right. You know, I'm gonna save that thought, because I was like, maybe he. I hope it doesn't become a plot where it's like he's just evil to be evil. Or something like that, because that would ruin it. But I doubt it's going to be that. But anyway, I guess we're only really dealt with scrupulous people thus far. We're pretty lucky in that regard. Start dealing with weirdos, and that's when you'll need to bust out some really questionable negotiating techniques. Side. Why are you looking at me when you said that? Anyway, that aside, was anyone else? Oh, the poor dude. Oh, that's what you're talking. Oh, okay. That's what you're talking about. I was like, oh, okay. He's having fun over there, man. Let him have his fun. He's drunk, maybe, and stuff. I don't know. We'll talk to him after this if he's still there. Was anyone else a little bothered when Neil talked about that huge flying shadow thing? That eyewitness report from Raven? It's a dragon. It's a fucking dragon. I'll say there's a strong chance there was nothing to it if the army already checked it out. Yeah, but I mean, it's not like the army is totally invaluable. They could have missed something. It wasn't General Morgan himself after all, but one of his men, and some of those guys are pretty thick-headed. That is true. Probably worth looking into. Certainly can't hurt at any rate. You two are starting to get the hang of this, I see. I think this is a splendid idea to head to revenue then, shall we? Got it. Where the hell is that? Oh, he's still going. What are you doing? Indeed, the subjects of my research are the wise ones who lived in the old world before the great collapse. The ancient dragons. Wait. Dog. He has like survival information, man. Why the fuck are we only getting glimpses of fucking dragons? About like just dragons in general. Through other means. Which is interesting. You're only finding this information for the side content. You're not finding the information about these dragons through anybody. Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. He might actually be important to this. Like, how? Why are we getting... Oh, like... We got the first hint about dragons through the news article we picked up, and I just decided, let me read it. And now he's talking about the ancient dragons, that he has research with them. There's all psycho. Like, I'm gonna have to start like looking out for weird people and talking to them. Oh, hello there. Who are you? Red hair guy. Oh, he seems important. He's got a portrait. I wonder who the main character is, guys. Sarazard, is that you? Well, this is an unlikely place to run into the Silver Streak. Right back at you. I thought you were in the Royal City, but you're here to look into the airline incident? No, I'm here on some chump errands. But speaking of the incident, I heard it was the work of the Sky Bandits. Still, if you're here on the job, then I guess I don't have to worry about it myself. Good luck to you. Is that all you've got to say? I'm sure you heard that Cossus might have been taken hostage, right? Cossus Bright taken hostage? Don't make me laugh. That old man's not going to get beaten by the likes of some Sky Bandits. That's what I'm like saying. Like, I have a love-hate relationship with it as well, because it's like, right now there's no confirmation that these dragons even exist, right? But the first detail that me, the player, and us have found out about these like ancient dragons was through the news article. That it was a rumor, or like it was a theory that maybe the ancient dragon came up and swallowed the airliner that disappeared. And I was like, that's the first time I'm hearing about one, dragons, but let alone two, that they're called the ancient dragons. The second time we hear it is just through Nibble's conversation about like, oh, there's a big, dark, shadowy figure that went above in the night sky during the night of that incident. That's the second time we've heard about it, and that was in the main story quest. And now, just talking to that NPC at the counter, he talks about ancient dragons too. So, of the 3 times, we can't say the main one is a dragon, of course, because it's not outright said, but I mean, we can kind of put one and one together. Of the 3 times, 2 of them have come from just me. One from you pointing out the guy walking weird, but the other one from me just wanting to read what the news article had to say and stuff like that. It's weird. I get why games do it. They want you to explore the world, but if it's vital information, I don't think it should be locked behind side. I don't know. Like I said, I got a love-hate relationship with it too, because it's cool to find some information. At times, it's kind of annoying because it's like, I forget what game it is. I think there's a game I played, maybe not even played, but there was a game that I saw had a very controversial, and there's a guy racing by at my house. I'm sorry if you heard that, but there's a controversial aspect to a game where there's a very key detail in its game, and you can only find it in an NPC that appeared like, it had like a day system thing where it's like Monday, Tuesday, you know, that whole shebang. They only appeared in the game on a certain day at a certain time, and you can only collect that key part of the detail at that exact moment. That like gave you better story context if you really wanted the whole picture of the story. And I never understood that. I really didn't. It was... It's weird. It's weird. But we'll see if it continues like this. I hope it doesn't, but we'll see. Anybody saying that is severely mistaken. I like to believe that too, but I wonder who this guy is. I don't know, but he seems to fit the mold of a bracer. By the way, who are these brats you got tagging along with you? They look like a bunch of newbies to me. Well then, I'm sure you'll be surprised to hear that these brats are Koss's kids. Yeah, that's a surprise, alright. So these are the old man's kids, huh? Hard to believe it. Why are you looking at us like that? That boy with the black hair is one thing, but the girl really looks like an amateur. Are you sure she's really Koss's daughter? You want to try saying that again with my staff in your teeth? She's the bona fide daughter of Koss's, Bright. And I have to warn you, her bite is as good as her bark. And I'm just his adopted son. Is that a fact? Oh well, it doesn't really matter. What do you mean it doesn't matter? Well, take it easy, Sarazard. You know, I mentioned this last time in, but when I looked up how to pronounce Sarazard's name, someone said in the comments of the forum I was reading of how to like get the pronunciation correct. And they said, I've given up on trying to pronounce it. I'm just gonna call her Charizard. And like every time I see people say Charizard, I just think of Charizard every time it pops up. So if I accidentally say Charizard one day, that's the reason why. And be careful not to let these brats drag you down. Yeah. And make sure not to rush into any trouble yourself either. Haha, I'll keep those words in mind. Alright, Sarazard. See, like, it almost happened there. Like, every time I see Sarazard, I just think of Charizard now. Ever since that guy pointed it out. Ever since he pointed it out, every time I see it, I'm like, yeah, that's Charizard. Was it you who took care of that monster near the mine? Yeah. Well, actually, it wasn't just me, it was us. Huh. I don't think any number of trainees would have made much of a difference. But anyway, good luck in your search for those sky bandits. later. What's with that guy? He really pisses me off. I see. So that was Heavenly Blade Agent, huh? Heavenly Blade Agent? What a stupid name. Agent Concert, Senior Bracer in the Bracer Guild. He works in all region and isn't affiliated with any specific branch. His Master Blade is said to be capable of slicing a monster in two with a single slash. I'll just tell you right now, he's one tough customer. Whatever, I don't care how tough he is. He's still a rude jerk. Come to think of it, how does he know Dad anyway? He seems to think highly of Dad's ability, but even so, he didn't seem to like him all that much. There are a number of things in his past I can't go into. And those things are the reason why he feels the way about your father. Well, I couldn't care about someone rude like that. Anyway, let's hurry to Raven Village. More story details. Scratch my nose and my eye. Surprising duo that needed to be scratched there. Jeez. No, stay away. Fuck, I hate this monster. Absolutely hate that monster. I hate dealing with it. I hate seeing it. It's so annoying. It's so ugly. I hate everything about it. Alright, everybody. Who saw that thing in the sky? Alright. Let's see what we can find out about the sighting. So what do you suggest? Should we just talk to all the villagers? People would be suspicious of us if we did that all of a sudden. I think we should talk to the village elder first and see what he has to say about it. Okay. Good point. But it doesn't hurt. Well, I mean, we beat the monster. They could help us. Be like, hey guys, y'all saw a dragon? Please? I see you're all together. What brings you all here today? Are you here for a visit? No, not exactly. We're actually here on business. Although it is a possibility, I really like a glass of your fruit wine. Oh, things in this world never go like you expect, do they? By the way, I never got the chance to ask you until now, but you don't happen to be one of Agen's companions, do you? Well, we're all members of the same guild, but we're not companions exactly. We know him by face, and that's probably about it. I see. So he's traveling by himself as usual, huh? The village elder closed his eyes for a moment. The look of sadness passed over his aged features. Maybe that's his son. It could be. What's wrong, sir? It's nothing, really. Please pardon my expression. Anyway, what brings you to this rural village of ours? Don't tell me that another dangerous monster showed up in this area. No, actually, we're in the middle of an investigation concerning the missing airliner. We came here because we heard there was a report of some kind of sighting. Ah, I see. The Royal Army came here and investigated that the other day. However, they searched around the area and ended up leaving empty-handed. Really? Is that so? Well, what about the person who saw the flying silhouette in the sky? It was one of the children in the village here, a boy named Liwi. He apparently saw some suspicious shadow making its way across the sky on the night of the incident. But he's a kid any way you think about it. So he may have just imagined the whole thing while he was just half asleep. Imagine it, huh? I guess the best thing we can do, then, is ask him directly. You're probably right about that. Thank you for your time, sir. Don't mention it. If there's anything else I can do to help you with, don't hesitate to ask. What a good guy. What a lad. Alright, buddy. Which one of you kids saw the fucking thing in the sky? Was it you? Nope. You're actually an adult. Never mind. I am sorry. Come here, chickens. Come here. Come here. Come here. You can get eggs from... Come here. Come here. Come here. Fuck, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to fucking chickens. Come here. Which one of y'all got eggs? Stop. Okay, I guess none of y'all got eggs then. Just that one fucking chicken had an egg. Are you the kid? Nope. Come over recently. I wonder if something happened. Oh, so he maybe he's at home. Okay, thanks, kid. You may have put me on the right track. We visit the grave site here in the village. The large tombstone is dedicated to the victims who died in the 100 Days War. 10 years ago, this village suffered greatly because of the fighting. And even today, I still see the horrific scene sometimes in my dreams. That is awful. I am so sorry. That truly is sad. Like, war is awful in general. Oh, wow, what is this? Here rest the souls of the 6 righteous people who lost their lives in the flames of war. Leaf, Abel, Nicole, William, Green, Mrishka. May you all find rest with the goddess. That is really sad. That is really sad, man. It's a small village, too, so it's like... It's just sad when you see places like this get hit. You're not a kid. Okay, no. Yo, where the fuck is this kid at? You know where this kid at? Huh? Are you guys visitors? We're looking for the village elder's house. It's just up the hill and back at the village. Yeah, thanks, kid, for nothing. Oh, maybe it's you. Huh? Haven't seen you guys around here before. Are you merchants here to buy fruit? Actually, no. We're here for a different reason. As a matter of fact, we're bracers. Bracers? You mean like agate? Agates? I guess I'll figure out how to say it. No, you don't look all that strong to me, especially because you're a girl. Why don't you tell me how you really feel? But after seeing my great skill with a staff, do you think you can still call me a weak? Wow, that's amazing. It's like a tornado. I hope you've learned your lesson. That looks can be deceiving. Now, how about another amazing demonstration with my staff? Estelle, be careful. Wasn't it just yesterday that you hit yourself in the face doing that? Anyway, you are Leeway, by chance. Yeah. How do you know my name? We heard from the village elder. He said you had you saw some kind of flying shadow? Do you think you could tell us a little bit more about what you saw that night? Sure, if you want. But the soldiers from the army already searched the place and didn't find anything. Excuse me. That's fine. We're not worried about that. Do you think you could just tell us what you saw? In as much detail as you can remember. Okay, I'll try. Oh. Why? Oh, you got... you clipped the thing. I don't know why you got, like, for some reason, like, came up a little weird on my one finger, but it posted. I was like, what? Okay, let me check this out. Ah! Stop. Come here, chickens. Come here. Come here. Come here. You can get eggs from... Come here. Come here. Come here. Fuck, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to fucking chickens. I love these moments, dog. They're always fun. I'm glad we're able to clip them and stuff like that. They're always fun. Like, it's good to have a little fun in them and stuff like that. You see, I like watching the stars at night. I was so curious because, like, if you got one, like, if you got, like, yeah, like, like when I first came to this village and I tried to get the chicken. Well, yeah, okay, to be fair, right? In my defense, in yesterday's stream, we came to this village already and I saw the chickens and I was like, oh, it lets me like talk to them. Like it gives me the exclamation point to talk. So I was like, I went to all of them and nothing happened. And then today they laid an egg and I was like, you can get eggs? Because they just didn't do it yesterday. So I just assumed they were just there for me to like go spam. I didn't think they would actually give me anything if I actually like did anything. So that's why it took me by such a surprise. But now we know. Now we know, everybody. Chickens lay eggs. Who would have thought? It was also like yesterday. I was doing one of the side quests and I needed to find poultry. And I kept hunting birds. And I was like, the birds have got to have the specific poultry in it. What ends up happening? The birds don't have the poultry. They were only giving me eggs. I go find a different species of bird and it starts giving me the poultry that I needed. I almost threw my fist at my monitor because I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You all chickens are made of poultry. Let me grab my fucking chicken poultry that I need to complete this quest. Don't do this to me. So I often sneak out of my house at night to come here and look at the stars. Another night when I was out here looking up at the stars, I saw two shadows moving across the sky. Now hold on a minute here. You say you saw two shadows? Yeah, that's right. And they were different sizes too, kind of like a mom leading a kid. Come on. Kid, just say they have wings. Just say they have wings. Two shadows, two sizes. That's constant with an airliner and the Skybanding airship if you think about it. Yeah, the aircraft we ran across in the woods was definitely smaller than a typical airliner. And the two shadows just kept on flying north until I couldn't see them anymore. So north is... There's a trail that continues behind the village, and it leads to the old septum mine, which was abandoned some time ago. The soldiers from the army supposedly searched the trail, but didn't come up with anything. That's why they said I must have been dreaming. And then they laughed at me like I didn't know what I was talking about. The little boy's eyes started to well up with tears. Oh, enough of that. You're a boy, right? And boys don't cry. We're not like those stupid soldiers. We don't think you're telling a lie either. And we're going to prove it. Really? Darn straight. You just leave it to us. So no more crying, okay? Okay. You're a really nice person. As usual, she's got a knack with the kids. Yeah, maybe it's a virtue. Huh? Why are you looking at me like that? It's nothing. Let's focus on the task at hand. It looks like we've got stuff to do. Right. Let's hurry and get on the trail behind the village and see what we can find. Interesting. I love this OST here. Let's see. Do I have enough? I was like, do I have enough to go and do this? I should. Let's see here. Alright, we're gonna head west. And see if we can come across the lovely, lovely mine. Whoa! How do we know if it's the mine that they're landed in and not something else? Decisions, decisions, decisions. Where do we go? Oh, of course, I'm stupid and I decided to like go in the direction of hitting that thing. Oh great, one big maze. We'll eventually... Never mind, we found it. Okay, abandoned mine. Maybe it's in here? Gate is secured with a heavy chain and padlock. This looks like the entrance to an abandoned mine. It kind of reminds me of the Mulligan mine. Except for the fact that it's all deserted. It seems that this place was abandoned quite some time ago. The padlock and chain are rusted. It doesn't look like the gate has been opened recently. Which means that there's no possibility that the Sky Bandits entered through here. I wonder if that's why the army never investigated this place. You're probably not going to find any clues searching around in an old mine, that's for sure. What's wrong, Estelle? Maybe it's just me. Do you feel any air flowing out of here? When you say out of here, do you mean the mine? Yeah, that's right. Let's see. You're right, Estelle. It's rather subtle, but there is air flowing out of here. Just like I thought, huh? Sometimes your senses can be surprisingly sharp, you know that? I wonder if you get that from your father. My dad doesn't have anything to do with it. But forget about that. Aren't you more interested in what's inside this old mine? There's certainly a possibility that it connects to somewhere. It's probably worth checking out. Well, in that case, let's bust this lock off. Hey, don't you even think about doing that. For now, we better head back to the village and talk with the elder. He might have the key. You're no fun, Sarah. To be fair, to be completely fair, if we just decided to break a padlock to a place that was abandoned, it would, like, we don't know what's in there. It could be anything. All we need is to unleash some devilish monster out onto the world by accident and cause like a shitstorm, right? That's all we would need to happen. It would be awful. Can I one-shot these? I can't. I should have just left when I can. Fuck these guys. Okay, yeah, I should have fucked these guys. Yeah, we might find something. We might. It's a little bit too much of a coincidence. Like, guys, let's be real here. Come on now. Let's be real here. There's a reason why this is happening. Oh, where is he? What the hell? Since it's the time of day, I'm sure he's up at the gravesite at the hill. Oh, okay. Well, time to go get our feelings hurt, everybody. Oh, God. Please. Please. So this is where you are, Elder Resin. Oh, stop, controller, why? Well, this is a rather extravagant grave for a small village like this, isn't it? Where are those souls who we lost 10 years ago? Since the both... Yeah, I'm sure something is gonna, like... But, like, it's beating around the bush, but, like, there's something in there, right? Like, why... we're about to find out. Hope, maybe. We'll see. Since the Boast region is nearest to the Empire, it was in the thick of the fray. And this village lost a number of good people in the hostiles. That's terrible. There's no need for you to get somber too, though. These days, cleaning this monument is just one of my daily routines. I guess you wouldn't have come up here if you didn't think there was something I could help you with, right? Alright, there's something we wanted to talk to you about. But before that, would you mind if we paid our respects as well? I know we don't have any flowers to give, but we at least like to offer up our prayer. Oh, I see. No, of course. I don't mind. I'm sure all those looking down from above would be overjoyed by our gesture. So you say there might be some clues in that old mine, huh? I know for certain that the soldiers didn't check inside. After I heard Louis' story, it really got me thinking. We'd like to check the place out just in case, so would you mind lending us the key to the entrance? That was like, it's easily one of the best videos ever created, dog. It's literally like, it may be top 3 videos ever made all time. Like, genuinely speaking, because like, it's funny as hell how much, ever since that video gets like made, how much I reference it, how much other people reference it, how much it just gets referenced in general. Easily top 3 videos ever made all time. Easily. It has such a significant cultural impact that I don't think we could have ever expected. It like, it did so much in such a little short and formatted way that it truly was a blessing to get that video. It really was. In such a good way. In such a great way. We like to check the place out, just in case. So would you mind lending us the key to the entrance? The key for the padlock, huh? Give me a minute here. I'm sure I put it in this drawer. All right, here it is. Okay, this should get you inside. Wow, this key looks ancient. Many thanks, Elder Risen. This really helped a lot. Don't mention it. We're always embedded to the Bracer Guild for their help. It's only natural that we try and return the favor. Yeah, we returned for the padlock key so we can open it. We didn't want to break the padlock and release whatever it is that could be coming from the mine out into the wild, but we'll eventually come out. Whatever it is, we're either going to find it or it's going to find us. Whatever it is that's going on in there. Thank you. If everyone we dealt with were as cooperative as you, it would make our lives a lot easier. We'll be sure to let you know if we find anything. Yeah, they're so well behaved when it comes to people that need to be like really respected and stuff. They know when to push the right buttons. This group, they really do. They know when to like push the buttons of others, and then they know when to like lock in and be like respectful as hell. They're such a great group. We got everything. We got the young teenagers that like to make fun of each other, and then we got the alcoholic like older sister that takes care of us, I guess is the best way to put it. It's the only way I can really put it. Let's use the key that we borrowed from the village elder. Ooh, that was one heavy gate. Let's have a look inside, shall we? I don't know about Sky Bandits, but I can definitely sense monsters in here. Everyone stay alert. Oh, great. Ooh, oh, it's tea time. What are you? Oh yeah, that's facts. The alcoholic dog. I do too, man. I really do. It was funny because I was like debating on whether or not I want to watch Bocchi the Rock again or maybe something else. And I'm like, right? Like, I don't know. I want to watch other things because I need to watch other things. But I'm like, I miss Bocchi the Rock, man. I miss all their shenanigans and stuff like that. It's such a great anime. It really is. I don't care what people say, even though I think like the general consensus is that people generally do like it. So I don't know what that would be. At least I assume the general consensus is that people liked it. And if they didn't, I would question why didn't they. But it's so good, man. It's so good. Bocchi, I wish we had more of you. I wish they came out with another season. Or like a fun movie or something. Swear, I thought, like, I may be misremembering, but I could have sworn I thought there was something for a movie. I swear there was or something, man. Like, I don't remember the exact details, and I could be completely wrong, which I probably am. But I kid you not, they're like, it feels like they announced a movie. I swear they did. Or maybe I'm just like tripping ass and just like completely forgot. So it would be hilarious if they actually did announce it, but I swear they did. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I don't know. I just want more Bocchi. That's all. Is that so hard? Man, it's bright in here. Huh? Isn't that the quietest though? Looks like we've hit the jackpot. Oh, no dragon. It's actually an airship. Whoops. Kyle, forget about the heavy things and focus on the food provisions and valuables. And hurry it up, will ya? It's only a matter of time before someone finds this place. Roger that, Kyle. I wasn't gonna read it. They basically said the same thing. What's an airliner doing in a place like this? I guess that kid wasn't seeing things after all. This looks like an area that used to be used for strip mining. Starting to turn out to be a great place to hide something of this size. Yeah, who would have thought to look here? Look at that. Aren't they loading the airliner cargo into their own ship? Let's worry about that later. We've got to figure out a way to bag those guys before they get away again. Oh, no worries, Min. Have a great rest. Take care of yourself. I will see you next time, whenever next time may be. Please get a good night's sleep, my friend. Take care. And have a great day tomorrow. Please, and rest up well. Get your rest in and sleep well, my friend. Thank you, Min. You too. Well, enjoy your sleep. Enjoy your sleep. Thank you. I'll see you soon. So this is our third trip, huh? Man, Dawn can be a real slave driver sometimes. Oh well, once this is all taken care of, we'll be able to sit back and negotiate a nice fat ransom. Hold it right there. Who in the scorching flames of justice shall never fade away, as long as evil thrives in this world. The League? Oh my god. Estelle? Huh? The League of what? You bonehead, why do you always get carried away like that? What's with you two? Now I look like a big fool saying that stuff all alone. You're the one who Jostle had a run-in with. That can roll it. This can't be right. You're not supposed to be here this early. Can't be right. We're not supposed to be here this early. What the heck are you talking about? In accordance with the law of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby under arrest and charged with the hijacking of the airliner and its passengers. I hope for your sakes you come along quietly. Now hold on just a minute. Are you trying to tell me that only the three of you came here to arrest us? You see anyone else behind it, boy? So you're not involved with the others then, huh? Then that simplifies things. Let's get them, boys. Can we not have all of you fight? Okay, well, never mind. Let me see how much damage I actually do to you guys. Okay, that was on a crit. I'm gonna actually attack you. Perfect. And then Charizard, I'm gonna go over here. Okay, or you could just do that. Okay. Okay, he's not that crazy. Get rid of you. Let's deal with you a bit. Yes. Get rid of that. Get rid of you. Okay. Well, actually, fuck. I messed up. You know what? Where is this egg thing? And I get the, yeah, I get the recipe too, so it works out in my favor. So he's done. Oh my god, okay. Oh, we should, oh no, we might. Now we finish it. Now we finish it. Oh, you guys are tougher than I thought. No wonder Jostle got beat by you three. Sweet talk won't get you nowhere, buddy. It's time you surrender and let the passengers go. You really don't know anything, do you? What was that you called yourselves? League of Extraordinary Dim or something? Make fun of my awesome team name, you're dead. Look out. It's a trap. What is this? You gotta be kidding me, another smokescreen? Too bad about the rest of the cargo, but we'll just have to live without it. Later, bracers.
They got on that ship pretty quick, which is insane. Ow, ow, ow. Some of it got in my eyes. Don't worry, it's not poisonous. Looks like it was a typical smoke canister. Their ship is already out of sight. This is getting really old. It's not once, but twice now they've gone away. If I get demoted for this at the guild, there's not much I can say in my defense. Oh, Sarah. Quit acting like it was all your fault. We're responsible for letting them get away too. If we've got the time to kick ourselves over this, then they got to be some other constructive things we can do. Well, you sound like you should be the senior bracer. Well, at least we were able to take back the airliner, so how about we have a look? The passengers may be inside. Right. I don't think they are. Yeah, there's nothing. Wow, it's pretty barren here. It's not a piece of cargo left. Evidently, the Sky Bandits managed to make off with it all. At least judging by the looks of things. At any rate, we should do a thorough investigation of the place. What is this? There's a lift car. It looks like some tape at the landing port. The Sky Bandits probably used this to move the cargo. I was gonna say, what is that thing on top? Oh, what is this? I wonder what this is. It's the orbital engine control panel. Looks like the flow of the orbital engine has completely stopped. Interesting, interesting. Anything over there? I can't even turn the camera. They have food still. Kind of interesting. The captain's side? It looks like it's the captain's seat. If these were any other circumstances, I would love to sit here. Don't even think about it. Let's let her have fun. Here's the steering wheel used to pilot the ship. I wonder where the pilot could have gone. That's what's so weird about this. Like, how they not see everything? Well, let's check up here first. I don't see anywhere else. Nope. Here? What is this? Like first class? I guess. It's bright in here. There's a lot of light shining into this place. Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. Out in front. We checked it all over, but it looks like there's nobody inside. There's a high possibility the passengers were transferred to the Sky Bandits airship. And then to wherever their hideout is. Agreed. This sucks. Right when I thought we had some clues, we're back to zero. Come on, cheer up already. It's not like every clue has been completely vanished. Why do you think the Sky Bandits hid the airliner in a place like this? Huh? As far as I can tell, the orbital engine in the ship has completely stopped. Which means that the orbital engine was stripped from the aircraft. I know this because the orbital energy in an orbit gradually recharges over time. Furthermore, the Sky Bandits made multiple trips to carry off large amounts of cargo. Considering the time and risk involved, don't you think it would have been more effective just to take the entire airliner to their hideout? Yeah, that does make it a little odd that they did it. So why did they hide the airliner here then? All I can think of is that they did it in order to for the cargo, move hostages, keep clear of the Royal Army search party. It's true the airliner is rather large and easily seen, and in that sense it would seem highly likely that they leave it in a different place than our hideout. However, that alone couldn't be considered a decisive reason. For my guess, I would imagine that their hideout is in a slightly peculiar place. Maybe 10 to 15 arc in size. In short, a peculiar place on which only a small aircraft like that Sky Bandits airship could land. Interesting. How about terrain covered with extreme differences in height, like mountains and ravines? That seems like a likely place for the Sky Bandits hideout. Yes, that's what I've been thinking too. However, if that's the case, then we may be unable to do anything else. There's the possibility that their hideout may be in a place we can't reach by foot. Then what can we do? Well, I hate to say it, but we may have to share a conclusion with the army and ask for the cooperation, because they're the ones with the patrol ships. What? Now that you're trying to tell us we should go crawling back to the army and ask for them to help us? Either way, we still have to report to them about the airliner. Personally speaking, I still think we should cooperate with the army, whatever their attitude may be. Especially if that means bringing the hostages back safe and sound. I guess you're right. This isn't the time or place to be letting my personal feelings get the best of me. For the time being, let's get back to the guild and report our findings to Lurgan. We should be able to contact the Hawking Gate if we use the orbital telephone. Oh, wait. Oh, it's the same thing, just like a different... It's a different exit. Okay. I was thinking that, I was like, oh. Is there a possibility that it's something new? Okay. Huh? What the heck? Great. Now this was something I did not expect. I wonder if we should be glad since they saved us the trouble of having to contact them. Yeah, and here they come. We have found a suspicious armed group. Put your hands in the air, all of you. What in this world coming to? A woman and 2 kids are the Sky Bandits. Through the girl does look shifty. Hey now, that's just rude. And who are you calling Sky Bandits? Can't you see this shiny emblem on my chest? The Bracers emblem, huh? I hope you don't think for a moment something like this proves your innocence. General Morgan, why are you here? After looking over the reports of my men, I found this place had been significantly investigated, so I came to see for myself. Who would have thought the lot of you were conspiring with the Sky Bandits? Might I get you to stop with the accusations, General? We happen to find this place one step ahead of your men. If that's true, then why don't you tell me where the Sky Bandits are? Are the hostages inside the airliner? We almost had the Sky Bandits, but they managed to escape. And there are no hostages to be found here. Looks like the truth has come out. Most likely you notified the Sky Bandits to let them know we were coming. Wait a minute here, how about you cut the crap? My thoughts exactly. Alright men, take them into custody. Man, fuck you, Morgan. Like, genuinely, man, come on now. I wonder what his deal is with the fucking Bracers. The General will be questioning you himself on the morrow. If your innocence is proven, then you will be released in 2 or 3 days. So for the time being, this cell will give you a place to cool your heels. This is not even funny. Tossing us in a place like this without even listening to a word we have to say. If the army manages to arrest the Sky Bandits, then I'm sure we'll have our names cleared. But with the way things are at the moment, that may not be possible. Huh? Why not? Remember what the Sky Bandit leader we fought in the old mine said, right? He said this can't be right. You're not supposed to be here this early, if I remember correctly. Now that you mention it, he did say that, didn't he? You're not trying to tell me that he meant the army by that, are you? I don't know for sure, but I would bet that's what he meant, which means that the Sky Bandits have a mole in the army, or a corroborator who's leaking information. That's what you wanted to say, isn't it, Joshua? Yeah. Well, if that's the case, they'll never get caught, which means we were the only ones that stood a chance at nabbing them. But now we're stuck in here. Wonder how your father will get around this little setback. My. Why don't you all have seemed to be in a bit of a fix? Huh? Didn't you say something, Joshua? No, I didn't say anything. It comes from the cell next door. It almost sounds familiar. Oh, how could you say something so heartless? My lustrous voice should be recognizable to anyone. To Oliver? Could this unfound self-confidence and tone of certain narcissism belong to you, isn't it, Oliver? You do remember my core chords. To think that we meet again in a place like this. It seems that we are bound by destiny. Why are you here? I thought we took you to Bose. Now you're locked up in a place like this? What the heck did you do? Come now, let's not worry about all the little details, shall we? I have my reasons, which are deeper than the deepest ocean, higher than the highest peak. I'm definitely not asking now. Sure, we'll just get tired while you talk off our ears. What a coincidence, Estelle. I was just thinking the same thing. So there you have it. We don't really care to know. We talk so much that I'll probably be an old woman by the time you were done, and I'm not really ready for wrinkles yet. Oh, come on now. Let's not be like that. I'll fill you in on the details of the tragic incident which befell me. Didn't you listen, dummy? We don't want to hear about it. It all began after we parted ways. I did some window shopping in the Bose Market, and then moved on to the Old Tins restaurant. You see, once I had eaten to my heart's content, I began to play the grand piano to them to feed my artistic soul. And upon doing so, the restaurant manager was overcome by my skill. So I was asked to stay and work as a professional pianist for the restaurant. That's great and all, but I thought you were supposed to be a lutist. Huh, a musical genius is not limited to just one instrument. Anyway, back to my story. After negotiating a few of my own conditions, I accepted the job offer. Those conditions were, of course, food and wine for free every day, instead of Mira. I don't know how to put it, but that's very you, Oliver. Yeah, I'm not sure how that was anything to do with you getting thrown in jail. Oh well, this is where the real sob story begins. That night, I had begun enjoying a plate of salted duck I had the chef prepare. But the blood sauce which had been used was very little too overbearing for my plate. Consequently, I began to feel that normal red wine was not satisfying enough. The more you talk, the more I want to hit you. But go on, I'm curious in spite of knowing better. Well, so I borrowed a bottle of wine, which seemed good from the cellar. Something called Grand Carbonet from the year 1183. Grand Carbonet from the year 1183? That's the legendary vintage wine that was auctioned off in the royal city. Oh, aren't you well informed? I heard a rumor about it too, so of course I was interested in having a drink for myself. Auction off? How much are we talking about here? From what I heard, it went for somewhere in the neighborhood of 500,000 Mira. 500,000 Mira? For just one bottle? That's out of this world. And you didn't... Did you, Oliver? Huh, such a needless question. Of course I opened the bottle and had a sip. Its sweet smelling fragrance tickled my nostrils. Its luxurious mellow taste caressed my throat. And you can believe what else? A rose-tinted vignette of time and space exhausted within that very bottle. I don't think I can listen to this any longer. Yeah, my ears are bleeding from listening to such stupidity. I'm completely dumbfounded. The sad thing is that after taking a sip of such excellent wine, I began to feel the food was lacking. And as I was having the chef cook me up something else to match the wine, the restaurant manager returned. Since I'm not a stingy fellow, I accordingly invited him to join me for a drink. For some reason, he got rather upset. In fact, he got so steamed and mad that his face looked like a ripe tomato. And before I could say another word, a group of soldiers came filing in. And well, one thing led to another end. I like how it just fades. Can't say another word about this tragedy of being dragged all the way here without coming to tears. So let us all weep together as you sympathize with my dilemma. Everyone's asleep. Pardon? Did my ears deceive me? Could have sworn I heard and even a rude, misheard idiot coming from your cell. Are you listening? This is where the story gets really interesting. You see, several further trials awaited me after I was brought here. Hello? Are you listening? Oh, we're not, Oliver. I'm sorry to say. Me. Me. Hey, you three, get up. Man, I'm tired. What's wrong? Are you trying to tell us we're being interrogated this early in the morning? It's a little early for even for me. No, it's just the opposite. You're being released. Huh? Hey, Oliver, you want to come work with us? Why all of a sudden? Is there a reason for this? Yes, I like to consider myself that reason. Mary Bella? Well, that's an unusual place to be meeting you. I'm really sorry about everything that happened to you. But don't worry, your names have been cleared. I don't completely agree with everything, but this is the request coming from Maybelle herself. You better remember to thank her. So you mean Mary Maybelle stood up on our behalf? No, that's not exactly it. I just explained your situation to General Morgan. Our situation? Yes, I have one question for the both of you. Are you really the children of Costas Bright? Yes, that's right. This is Estelle Bright, and I'm his adopted son Joshua. I see. Now that you mention it, the girl does slightly resemble Iena. You knew my mother? Yes, I enjoyed your mother's cooking on several occasions when I visited your home in Roland. Well, why, in fact, we even met once when you were just a baby. Wait just a minute. You're a personal acquaintance of my dad's? I knew that he was in the military before, but... I don't know Costas Bright, the bracer. Only know Costas I know is the one from the service. He was a rare strategist. Strategist? Dad? I just can't imagine what he saw in the Bracer Guild. It makes me angry just thinking about it. You'll have to excuse me. What's wrong with him? Seems like your father was a brilliant officer in the military. I've heard from the general that he tried several times to get your father to change his mind about retiring. I don't know, that somehow it feels hard to believe. However, if that's the case, the general's hatred for bracers may stem from Costas leaving the army. From that vexing of being left by one of his most promised men, I get the same impression. So what you're saying is our lives are such a pain because of Dad? That dirty, rotten scoundrel? How about we return to Bose now? With the airliner being found, the situation has taken a new turn. So there are a number of things I'd like to discuss with you. Oh, sure. Something the matter? I'm definitely ready to get out of here, but it feels like we're forgetting something. I think you mentioned it. What could it be? Oh, how glossus people can be at times. How could you forget about the companion who spent the night with you in a cold, hard cell? Oh, how pitiful. Fine. By that way, I shall wither away, friendless and hungry, alone in the dark purgatory. Is he still here? Yeah, I completely forgot about him. I'm sorry to say this, but there's not much we can do for you. Is he the musician I heard about? The one who chugged that bottle of cranberry without a second thought? Chugged? Huh, indeed that is. Yet, my fair lass, I would be heartbroken if you took my intentions the wrong way. For you see, I perceived it as an advance payment for my exquisite service that I was about to render. You're quite the interesting character. Alright, I'll see what I can do to bargain with the general for your release. Really, truly? You would do such a kind service for a man such as myself? I think that may be asking a bit much. If the restaurant takes this to trial, there's going to at least be a lawsuit. Well, there's no need to worry about that. You see, the owner of the restaurant is me. Huh? And the Grand Cranberry was the very one I bid on. That being the case, I'm fairly confident there won't be any other problems over the matter. That's actually interesting development. Can't believe you were released. It's like a stroke of bad luck. Please don't lay on the compliments so thick. However, it pains my soul that I partook in such fine wine without paying a single mira. Shall I pay the piano in the restaurant per our contract to remedy that? I think I'm going to have to pass on that. After what happened, I think it would be a bit awkward having you back there. I, for one, don't think he'd mind a bit. Yeah, he sure does seem to have some thick skin. Let's just think of this as an unfortunate incident for the both of us. But I don't think I can just let things go like this. Let's see. Seems you're investigating something at the moment, right? How about I lend my assistance in return for the wine? Huh? Well, that does sound interesting. Could I ask you to join these bracers in their work? Could you ever? So it's settled. Let our new working relationship boom like Mangalone at the height of spring. Hold on a sec. What did we do to deserve this? General weariness aside, simply having an amateur like you around is honestly going to be a pain. Are you confident that you won't be dragged on our work or our sanity? Well, I'm somewhat confident in my marksmanship and magic, but of course, I'll be distressed if you try to list my music genius in the same group. Sorry, I had to sneeze. That's the kind of line that gets me really worried. But maybe we could use an extra hand. As long as we can't count on the army to help us out, I have a feeling that we'll be short on manpower. Well, alright then, we'll use you for what you're worth. However, if we do happen to conclude that you're not worth your weight, you're dumped from the party. Are you going to be okay with that? Of course I don't mind. I never let you down, so please be reassured. Well, my expectations are you are pretty much at rock bottom anyway, so I know you won't let me down. I'm glad things are settled between you all. Before you go, there's something I need to tell you. Tell us. Actually, the town did seem pretty noisy as we headed here. What happened? Truth be told, last night there was a large-scale burglary in both South Block. The weapon shop and Orbital factory were targeted, as a number of private residents. What? So what was the work of the Sky Bandits? It's unknown at this time, but it seems highly probable. And you know the Royal Army is currently conducting an investigation. I see. Guess we better do an investigation of our own then. Yes, I'd like you to formally request that you do just that. I'll send a payment over to the guild for the work you've done so far. Please make use of the money for your current investigation expense. Awesome! How much money are we talking? I have a feeling that the army is going to get in our way again. But I guess that happens, it happens. Whether they get in our way or not, I don't think we should be forthcoming with the army about any information we come across. Because if there's really a spy in their midst, they'll just leak it to the Sky Bandits. Though I'm reluctant to say it, I also think it's best to keep quiet about our findings. Anyway, let's act with prudence. Alrighty, my blossom companions, shall we head to the South Block? Look, buddy, who made you king of the show? I'm already liking all. I mean, I liked him from the beginning, but it's just, he's cool. Oh, sweet. Okay. Oh, my God. That's actually a lot. Thank you. Another escort quest. How do we fail this? Like, when was I supposed to like get this? Oh, that's so annoying. Stolen ring. Okay, hold on. Let me put this. A new on-soul path. Stolen ring. So if anyone finds it, please let me know. I live on the south. Okay, so we have. Okay, so there's like a few things. But for now, I am going to call it here. I want to thank everybody for watching, listening, whatever the case may be. Appreciate it. Hope you all have a great, safe rest of your day. Remember, drink your water, get your steps in, check your posture, and always remember you're important. And then I'll be back on tomorrow where we'll be continuing this lovely journey of ours. Unfortunately, it wasn't a dragon. It would have been so cool. It would have been so cool if it was a dragon. But I appreciate you all. Hope everyone has a great and safe rest of your day. Please take care. And until tomorrow. Adios. Legends in the... What does this do? Oh, okay. It's just that. It's kind of... it's kind of dumb of me to do now. Thank you all. Please take care. And adios. Whee!